Surprise session!
Hey.
Surprise session of the Wileyverse. We are going live with Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition world building campaign. You know what those are.
Oh, yeah.
We are playing 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, where I've been working on creating my own world with backstory and all that jazz. Off camera, we've been running it for a couple months now, and I've been typing stuff out for it.
Has it been months?
Been 2 months, yeah. Well, he's been writing it for longer, but we've been playing off and on at the bar for about 2 months now.
So, who I have with me to help me out this time around is Mitch, as always. He is playing Kamir, a halfling rogue, opportunist, kind of a conny, shady little fella. Thief. And he's, which is normally the opposite. He's run away from the circus, not run away to the circus. He has to take some time off from the circus because it got a little bit too hot. And next to him is Galen, who has been in our last couple of games here, and he is playing Portents, a newly minted paladin, and out in the world to try to make his mark, do good, kill the things.
You sent it, that meme with the guy that's all like, I'm gonna kill all the drug dealers, and he's like, oh, but I'm a drug
dealer.
Are we the baddies? I mean, we have little skulls on our caps.
Where we have left these guys off in their current one shot is
this is the same one.
This is the same one, right? So they were hired by an artificer to go down and secure a crypt that had some stuff in it that she wanted to cultivate. When they went down to the crypt, it had ghouls, and the ghouls took out one of the party members, but his greed and his unwillingness to let someone else get
we
killed.
Should call it determination.
Saved the day, and they killed the ghouls and returned to the town. And the town that they're in is Rivermoore. It is a small, terrible riverfront town. It's just got a bad reputation all around. All it is a stop on the river for boats that are plying trade. Mm-hmm. It doesn't pick anything up. It doesn't drop anything off. So it's just a sailor's port of call for the night. So it is kind of seedy and terrible and bad. But it's also right down the river from the probably most influential and powerful city in the entire land. All right. You guys had returned back to the Crystal Candle. Kind of licked your wounds, stayed the night. You got paid. You got your 15 gold from the artificer.
25.
25, sure.
I was good.
I know it was
whatever it was. 30 altogether. Yeah. We were supposed to get 10 each.
Yep. So 15 each.
Don't trust Kamir when he'd be like, how much did we say? Well, we said 50.
When you stay the night...
15?
15. Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to get 10 each, and then I talked her into giving us Robert's cut.
Yeah, well, Ted didn't need gold. How do I add gold?
How do you add gold?
Equipment.
Manage equipment, and it should be at the top. There should be money.
And then just click on your currency, and you'll be able to add whatever you want. So down here, you just click roll and continue. Also, we're not sponsored by Heineken, but
we
sure could be. Light, refreshing, alcoholic. Heineken.
Smells like weed.
That's Bex.
I don't know. Heineken is what most people tell me smells like weed.
Well, it's better than Bex. It smells like cigarette.
I love Bex.
I like Bex too.
I'll have to show you something. One of my best bottle openers that I have in my possession is a Bex church key. So church keys are usually they're big bottle openers. They have a big hoop so you can hang it or whatever. So the Bex one looks like a church key. It's got the hoop, long metal body, and then it's got the Bex logo, which is a shield with the Bex logo on it, which is a key. The other side of it is an opener, and it's probably about this big. And it's like 2 pounds, and it's beautiful. I never bring it out because I don't want to lose it. I don't want to hurt it. I don't want to drop it. Actually, if I drop it, like crack a tile. It's heavy, but whatever.
All right. It's 5 silver for the night. You can share a room or you can have your own. You live here. You don't have to stay at the inn.
Well, then I'll just stay with you.
He hasn't told you that yet. I'm just giving him an option. You can stay at the inn for 5 silver or you can just go home. And I don't know if it's just like you live here,
like
you
what
have
exactly,
family here.
Hear exactly what my motives were for being here.
Grim the boy.
Yeah.
Just use a spirit bomb.
Spirit bomb.
I'll stay for the night.
We're staying in the hotel?
Yeah. So 5 silver.
Yeah.
The meal is.
I don't take up much space.
Wait, this thing doesn't do an automatic.
It'll do conversion. You just need to put it in.
Yeah, I did. It's at 5 silver minus remove. Still have 25 gold.
Oh, you know what? It might, because you don't have a denomination of silver, it might wait until you reach a full gold. How many is 1 gold? 10 silver?
10 silver.
So if you try subtracting 10 silver.
I already subtracted 5 twice.
Oh, it doesn't do conversion. So now you have 24 gold and 5 silver.
Then meals are 3 silver.
I mean, I have to eat.
And you guys stay the night at the Crystal Candle, which was one of the efforts of this town to try to gentrify itself, to bring itself up from the squalidness. This was supposed to be a nice, like, theater and music spot, catering to a higher clientele, and it failed spectacularly. Yeah. Now the stages have tables on them, like, they can't even keep performers in here, and all the prices and all the food quality went right down.
So what's next? You look like you know where money's at.
So are you staying in separate rooms? I'm assuming?
No, I'm staying.
Yeah.
No, I'm sneaking. Kind of sneak into his room and stay there.
You can try. You can certainly try.
You can certainly try.
You're gonna try to be quiet all night while you sleep.
And you might get hit with a sword if I find you in that.
15.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm super sneaky.
So you sleeping underneath his bed?
Yeah, sneak in there somewhere. I might just take up a drawer in the shelf or something like that.
So you save yourself 5 silver.
But that's right. Yeah, the food I ate though.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I spent my money on.
When you wake up in the morning, you get ready, do all that stuff, leave the room, and then you head down afterwards.
Seem to be there all of a sudden. Hey.
Head down right afterwards. When you head down there, someone is waiting for you. Moth.
Oh, I almost got it.
You did. Slam it with your beer.
Got you, buddy. Oh, sorry.
So sorry, you're messing up our stream.
Grim the Boy, we do assign inspiration to viewers, so if you think something's fun or interesting, please speak up. We like player interaction.
Right. Timothy Clear Sky is waiting for you down there. She was the artificer that hired you. And she looks up as you head down first. She waves you over.
Over. And on my hill. Not like in a threatening way, but just kind of like a projector.
I'm going to do the rogue thing and sit elsewhere, but listen.
Okay. You haven't come down the stairs yet.
Oh, well,
having to follow. Yeah. So.
Is there some other way I could be of service to you now?
Absolutely. I am so pleased that you have not left yet. Let's get a table. And she sits down and she orders food for breakfast.
Then I show
puts
up.
money down.
Hey, what you eating?
Good. You're both here. I have more work for you if you so wish. More paying work. She looks at you specifically when she says that. Now, a single instance of undeath can be a fluke. It happens in our world. but continued multiple instances could mean something epidemic. I couldn't, in clear conscience, just leave here without following up on this investigation. Wraiths and ghouls in the same place. So I was wondering if you would be willing to follow up on some things.
Paying.
Yes, I'd be willing to.
Excellent. If you could, I think the best place to look would be to go talk to the groundskeeper of the cemetery. He may have seen or have heard something, or have experienced some phenomenon himself.
Let's go, Paladin.
Do I have to bring him with me?
Kamer starts heading towards the door.
She's like, whatever you find, just please come back to me. I'll be here. You can ask for me at the innkeeper. Bring me back any information you have.
Righto.
That is Timothy. Don't trust that necromancer.
Shut up, you're dead.
Oh,
Navicus is actually dead.
She does hand you each what seems to be a small paper envelope, and it's kind of thick. She says, these are healing salves. You can open them up and rub the salve on open wounds. If the wounds are more internal, you can eat the salve.
Would we call that a healing potion?
Yeah, just put right up. It's a healing potion.
Alright. What's your name again? What are you, a halfling? No?
Halfling.
I'm Kamer, but I introduced myself as Kamer.
Alright, halfling. I prefer we do this by the book.
What book?
The book, and I hand him a Bible.
I don't read fiction.
Well, just let me take the lead, alright?
Yeah, you're the biggest. Let's go.
Alrighty then. Let's Robin run away.
Oh, yeah, healing potions.
Equipment. Manage
Yeah,
equipment.
it's kind of annoying. You have to load a bunch before you get to it.
Then you can just type in healing, and it'll come right up.
Potion. There we go. Add. Done. Also, if you guys don't use D&D Beyond, it's fantastic. So, totally suggest. Not necessary, but does make things easier. Plus, our game master can see our stats and things while he's working over here.
And add and subtract things myself. So you guys head north out of town and start going across the floodplains. This is where the former city, the city was essentially rebuilt after most of it was washed away by the river flooding. So there's an interesting setup where there's a town to the south, and then there's the rich neighborhood, which was up on a hill way to the north, and nothing in between them, because that used to be the old town, and it just washed away. And the cemetery is next to that hill.
Next to the nice place.
Next to the nice place. So you guys head through the floodplains. It's just, you can see old foundations coming up through the ground here and there. Paths are starting to regrow, but it's very overgrown with weeds and
What a waste.
Did you find any arrowheads?
tall grass.
What?
Did you find any arrowheads? Like in real life. Sorry. That's what you do in real life. You just sorry, anyway.
He doesn't joke in his games.
This paladin's boring.
And you make your way across that and around the outside of Hightown, and you're getting up to where the cemetery is. So the cemetery, you see the gates, it's all around it, but the caretaker's house is actually up on the side, up on a knoll that overlooks and has its own personal gate into the graveyard. So you can get there, and probably easier to get there from the outside of the cemetery. It goes around and up to the little knoll that it's on, overlooking the grounds. So high grass over there.
You remember what god I worship?
None. They're not back yet. You can worship a god that is remembered to have been around,
Right.
or you can just be a general paladin. Either way, but
Okay.
if you want to do like a helm or tier, justice is tier, helm is vigilance.
Okay. I announce myself.
Oh, you're
Yeah, we're coming up to the graveyard, right?
you're coming up to the graveyard, but the caretaker's house is around the side.
Oh, yeah.
So you're gonna go
Well,
around
we
that
get
way?
up there, yeah.
Okay, so you start going, and you're just gonna head up. It's got a little fence around it, like a little waist-high fence around the caretaker's house, and you see that there's a couple people sitting in the yard or standing around in the yard.
I'm gonna make myself scarce
Okay,
while he discusses.
stealth
25.
25. So you just gonna disappear into the tall grass next to the fence, and you're starting to head up. And
Yes.
I mean, you're in chainmail, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
Chainmail, shield on my back, a javelin behind the shield.
so like obviously when you're just striding up there, you're making noise. The two people in the yard look over and start moving up to the fence to meet you. As you get closer, make me a perception check.
Can I perceive to Lumpy then?
He's gonna get the first clear shot
okay.
of what's
That's
going
fine.
on.
13 plus
He also has
1. So 14.
14. Okay. They look disheveled and peasanty.
Greetings. My name's Portents.
Now you can make a perception. The gate is open, by the way. The fence isn't closed.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay.
Wait, I'm lucky. Natural 1.
You are lucky.
Natural 1!
Oh my god, we did it! We did it! 2 days in a row.
We need some sort of like thing that goes across the screen where natural
And
ones.
I need an event like
Cash cap. I'm like, oh wow.
I do like. There's people that have those like little
No, it makes
keys like that.
sense, yeah.
I totally need to get like a natural 1 or a critical
1, boom. Stuff falls down on me. I'm like, yay.
So you're crawling along and you're looking at them, and you actually get distracted by something in the cemetery. Like you look over and you see a person hanging out in the cemetery. Oh, and it's like starting to get later afternoon. You just walk through the floodplains, which pretty much takes the entire day for you to get through the town and get out of the city.
Well,
And you left kind of noonish.
I'll sneak that way to kind of see what that person is doing.
You're on this side of the fence. It's on the inside of the fence. So you're not in the cemetery.
Yeah.
You're on the outside. But you look in and you see someone, and it's like, it could be a mourner, just out there putting flowers or something like that. But it distracts you long enough that the two zombies charge you. And you can't do anything. So you're like, oh, hi, there, and this and that, and and they come at you. Shing! So
Oh god, I don't even have to turn on dead yet. do I?
no, you don't. I don't think so.
All I had to do
You
is
have
like,
channel divinity, I
Can I
believe.
roll perception?
Yeah,
Sure.
go for it.
Double 1.
Oh, I can detect good and evil.
You have to cast that, and it's 10 feet.
Can I get my lay on hands back? Yeah, I did a long
Yeah,
sleep.
you did a long rest.
Oh yeah, mine. I should check mine. I don't have any spells. Nope, not any spells. Weird.
Then yeah, shield, sword and board.
You're like pulling all that up, and they get to you. I'm pretty sure this first one hits.
Well, here's the thing. So my AC is 18, but that's only when I have the shield on.
That's fine. You can.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. At this point, I'm not gonna nickel and dime you for getting your shield out. I'm saying you can't. You're not getting first attack, but you get your shield out.
Okay.
It's still going to hit you. It got a 19, and the second one misses, and just blunk with your shield. Blunk. So that is 4 damage. I'm just going to go off as it just rakes at you and just catches on your chainmail and scratches across you. You can feel the bruising. That's going to bruise. This thing is hitting you hard because it doesn't care if it breaks its own hands. So that's both of them, and now we're going to go to regular declaration. As now you got your sword out, you all of a sudden hear clashing behind you, and you're like, well, "What?"
Son of a bitch.
So even with a ranged weapon, you're going to be going last this turn.
That's fine.
I got a question. I don't know if you can answer this. But didn't we already deal with these two guys in another game?
You did. I said we were redoing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It made more. I was actually made this for you two.
Yeah.
And then Robert got free first, so I ran it with you and another character.
So then where's Tail and...
We'll write them into another adventure.
Okay.
He fell asleep on it. Was a Benadryl dream for for Summer's Promise.
What was Robert's game that I fell asleep during? What was the one-off that Robert did? Did you guys end up completing that? Did you
yeah,
finish it
the
yet?
hunt.
Oh, okay. Did you post that onto the...
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
So, initiatives?
No initiative. Just tell me what you're doing.
Hacking at the head of the closest one.
Okay.
So even though I'm going last, when I do go, I'll be kind of off in the distance, still kind of hidden, right?
Yep.
So this is a sneak attack.
Absolutely. So, and I'm assuming you're shooting.
Oh yeah, you know me.
Yep.
So it's just plus my strength, right? 7.
It's plus your strength, plus your proficiency.
Where do I find that?
Actions.
I see. 9.
Do. 9, huh? That hits.
No.
They are zombies.
Fair enough. Max damage. Wait, what's this D10? Is that if I use it with two-handed?
That's which if you use it two-handed. It's a long sword, right? A bastard sword or a long sword.
Yeah,
Yep. It's
okay.
You can use it D8 or since it's versatile D10.
All right, so then I choose the D8 because I've got my shield
Yep.
out, so it's 11 damage. Got an 8. Curse dice.
11. All right.
Only for me, apparently.
You get that sword like up into its side, and it thunks like you're hitting a tree, and like you see it like going up into it, or you're aiming for the head. So like you coming down on the shoulder and just chops into it, and just like doesn't seem to care. Some black ichor comes out of it.
Bow and arrow.
Pew! Shoot! You have a +6 to hit. D6 +4 if you hit.
Don't hit me.
That's a natural 1, but I'm lucky.
I think you might have to go through a rest to get that back.
It shouldn't.
Is it always?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's 3 1s you rolled in a row.
When you roll a 1 on the d20 for an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the die and
So
just use the
good.
new roll. Yep.
Yep, go for it.
So I got a 9, so 15.
That hits.
Alright. And let's go back to actions real quick. So add a d6.
And 1d6, 2d6 +4.
So 11 damage.
And which one are you hitting?
Oh, whichever one's closest to him. Oh, they're both here. So whichever one's on the closest to me.
Wounded or not wounded?
Wounded. Sorry.
And you did 11?
Yes.
You thunk it like right here, like so your sword is stuck in there, and you just see this arrow like transfixed through its jaw and kind of out the other side, and it's like, I love zombies.
It's still standing then, right?
It is still standing.
Smite them.
Now they go. They're both still attacking you. You're the only target. Smite them! He doesn't have smite yet.
I know level 1 is tough for a paladin.
8 is not going to hit you, and 12 is not going to hit you. And they're just like, muscling into you. They're really like, they don't care about your position, protecting themselves or anything. So you're like just holding them back with a sword and just getting kind of mauled by them. Top of the order. Ranged attacks first. If that's
what I'm doing.
Well, let's declare
Nice and safe.
Yeah, so you're shooting.
Is it still it's a sneak attack still or no?
You're still hidden. So yeah, it's still a sneak attack. What are you doing? Just you gonna keep hacking away?
If the sword's not stuck, then
yeah, you can get it out and attack. Okay. So shooting range first.
17.
Yeah, that hits. They have an 8. So.
Sorry. 9. Damn.
Same to the wounded one again?
To the wounded one
again. Your second shot goes a little bit higher and like right into the cranium, just thunks in a little ways, and you just see, and its eyes that are already just milky and all that just kind of fade a little bit, and it collapses to the ground. All right.
No, I was trying to remove arrows, but I removed them from my gear.
I go?
Yep.
Take a swing at the other one.
Whack! Get him!
That's 20.
You with these stupid
Nice.
dice.
Double dice damage.
These are your dice then.
So 2d8 plus your everything else.
They've just been sitting there waiting to get used until you got here. Jesus, man.
2d8 plus 5.
17.
Oh, 2d8 plus 3. Sorry.
14.
Yeah, 14.
Oh, sorry, no, that's not right.
Yeah, stop putting... 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, never trust my quick maths.
You like swing down on this one.
You guys.
Still trying to like go for the top body and all that, and you take out its arm, cleave right into here. It goes into the chest, and that arm just falls off. It's all still coming at you with one arm, but it's going to have disadvantage on the rest of its attack rolls now.
Hey, fucking do it.
Yeah, that because he's rolling Isarok's cursed red dice, and he's just like 20s and high damage. And just,
max damage 20s.
Like, yeah,
they found a home.
Yeah, they didn't belong to me. I just didn't know it yet.
It attacks with disadvantage, and it misses. All right.
One more arrow ought to do it. Actually, is that person that's in the other graveyard still there? Does it look like that person's dead?
You want to look back real quick? It's moving towards the fence. It's actually kind of moving towards the path that goes up to the caretaker's fence, which is also open. Yeah, so the caretaker's up here, and you're along this fence line, and then there's a fence around the caretaker's home, and the caretaker's got a fence, got a gate into the graveyard itself, and a gate out here. He's fighting at this gate.
Gotcha.
And this thing is in the cemetery, and it's walking towards the other open gate.
Can I tell from this distance if it's a zombie or not?
It's kind of shambling. Yeah, it's kind of shambly walking.
Camera's going to take a shot at that.
Oh, wait. Make a perception.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Stuff on 14.
Oh, do I?
Right here. Other hand.
Boop.
There it is. 14.
you see more. Like, you see it, and you're like, okay, there it is, and you're about to look back, and then throughout the graveyard, you see about 8 or 9 other ones.
Well, then, in lieu of fighting, I'm going to make my way towards Portents instead to alert him.
Okay. So you can you can shoot and move.
I can do both. Wait, I'm not a fucking... I'm not an arcane trickster. I don't have a massage or...
anything like that.
Hands, yeah.
Nope.
Message, whatever. All right, so let's give it another arrow, and then
move over there.
Yes. So.
Alas, poor Isaruk.
Okay.
Don't accidentally shoot me, please.
13.
13 will hit. And they have like an 8. So.
Is this still a sneak?
Yeah. I'm pretty lenient because that is the rogue's damage potential.
9 again.
All right.
Isarok has 2 Ys, by the way.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's racist.
Sorok.
Sarok, what the fuck is that?
Like, it's attacking like this, and an arrow goes off of its arm and like into its collarbone, and you see it like and keep going after you.
So I'm still gonna make my way over to him. Can I be close enough to like speak quietly? Like,
Yeah, so
Portents, there's more in the graveyard, many more.
Roll your attack, and you now have this information.
23.
Ooh.
That'll hit.
Stupid dice. I hate you.
Hey.
5.
Oh wow. Yeah, you just like you hear that, and you're like, I better get done with this. And just comes straight down, cleaving its head in twain, and it falls back off your thing. At which point you see the door to the groundskeeper's house open, like because you're facing the groundskeepers, and he falls, and you see the door, and there's a guy in there going, "Hurry up, get in here before more come."
I just take a glance at him and
I run behind this as close as I can stay to him.
Yeah.
See, there better be money in this.
So
dive in.
you run in, he shuts the door. You see that all of his windows are battened, and you're just shuttered up, wood across there, blockading them up, and he shuts that. I was wondering when someone would come up here and help me out.
Oh, thank you, stranger. How long have you been up here?
Well, 30, 40 years?
I mean, since the...
Oh, this just started happening in like last couple of nights.
What's the inside of this place look like?
It looks like a graveyard caretaker's house. There's, it's all kind of like one room. There is like a step up that goes to a separated bedroom area. The front of the room, there's one side that looks like a shed. Like there's a big workbench. There's shelving. There's tools, shovels, all that kind of stuff.
Are there
Rakes.
cadavers in here and stuff?
No. He's not a Undertaker.
Oh,
he's just the character. He's the groundskeeper.
Boo.
There's kitchen with herbs and spices and dried food hanging from the roof and a hearth and all that jazz.
Nothing looks like it's worth anything.
No, there's nothing here.
Nothing but. I feel like Kamer should smoke.
You should have a pipe.
I don't think he has it in his equipment. Next place we go, I'm gonna look for one.
He says, yeah, this been happening the last couple nights. They just come up and wander around, and then by morning they're gone.
By morning, you say?
Yeah.
Why have you not gone to the town to request aid?
Who would I ask?
The local town's guard?
No one comes to the graveyard to check it?
Are you from Rivermoore? You actually are.
Oh, that's where they're at.
I was about to be like, I'm not.
Yeah.
So what I know...
There's not, like, the town guard is pretty corrupt, and it's mainly off of unionized, like, riverboat workers type thing. I shouldn't say. I should say they don't. Let's back that up then, because it does make sense, and I messed up. They don't leave during the day, or during the they don't leave during the day. They're just always hanging around.
Do they just get aggressive at night?
No,
They just get aggressive when people approach.
They get aggressive when people approach. I've been sitting in here quietly, and still those two have been sitting outside.
Well, they're not sitting outside anymore.
And
How many did you see?
How many did I see?
if you're trying to recollect in your head, like 7 to 9 throughout the graveyard, but there could have been more, there could have been less. It is a big graveyard, and there's like lots of not just headstones, but like crypts and mausoleums and like the larger things. So
Are these risen from the recently buried?
those two outside, yeah, they I recognize them. They got buried about a month ago. He kind of like, and he's hushed. He's talking very quietly. He walks over to one of the windows and just kind of like pushes against the one of the sides so it widens the gap between the two things. Yep, there's another one out there now.
We'll get after it. I'm just kidding.
Throw them outside.
Bait.
Run away.
Well, I do have to pee real quick.
Are we?
Okay. You want to ask any questions?
I mean, he really asked what I wanted to know. Like, are these newly risen? Are the others? Are they older? Have they dug themselves up? Are they coming from the mausoleums? Where are these things coming from?
Well, those two, they were buried, so they dug themselves out.
Worse and worse. And how long did you say this has been going on?
The last 2 nights, I've noticed. It's like, one more question.
I know.
There's one more question after that.
Sorry, one of my friends was like, "Hey, he made a comment on my D&D profile picture, and then he just did it again right now, and I was like, hey, we're playing right now, so
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes."
One viewer.
I think it's Nabicus.
Yeah, I think so too. It is an abacus.
Nabicus, thanks for watching.
We didn't really advertise this.
Here's the
We gotta start doing that if this becomes a real thing.
Have you seen any odd people around the cemetery lately?
Well, now that you think about it,
You're just here to give advantage to ghouls.
well, right before them two wraiths appeared and that adventuring party had to go down in that crypt, there was a girl by that same crypt. I thought she was just a mourner, but I saw her one night go in, and I didn't think much of it. But then I saw her the other night come out, so she stayed there the entire day. Looked like she was heading back towards the town.
Would you describe the adventuring party as handsome?
No, the ones that went down and killed the wraiths. Yeah. The ones before you. You went down to clear the path the second time.
Do you recognize the woman that was down there?
No, she looked kind of young or small. She may have been a gnome or a dwarf.
How small is small?
Like she was about 4 foot. Like she was dressed in I don't know, simple clothing. I thought she was holding something to her, like flowers or whatever. She had like her arm tucked up, like she was carrying something. But she went down in there, and then the next night came back out.
Was she still carrying?
And then there was wraiths. It seemed that she was still carrying something when she came back out.
Which mausoleum did she go into?
The one that you guys went.
Oh, it's one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he went to go clean it, and there was wraiths. He reported that just to give the whole story.
Called somebody. They died.
They called
the showed up and just barely made it.
Well, they called the adventuring party. They killed the wraiths, and then left.
We killed the ghouls. Yeah.
And then when the artificer came, she went down there, and there was ghouls in there. So she got you to clear out the ghouls.
Well, I got us to clear out.
Yeah.
He tried to run away.
Just layers and layers and layers of undead keep appearing here.
Keep it up, important.
See,
It seems like we're gonna need to find this woman if we're gonna get paid. Getting paid's what's important.
sounds fair.
What else can you tell of this woman?
He'll describe what she was wearing. It was just kind of like a peasant dress.
Did you see
Had
what
a
she was
faded
doing?
blue. Yep. South out the gate towards the town, across the floodplains.
Is there something specific you could tell us about that might help us in the town identifying her?
She had her hood up. I was far away. I don't know
Hair
what she
color?
looks like. I don't know what color her hair was.
Great. Now we're looking for a woman with a hood a couple of weeks ago.
She,
looking for her
you know, she definitely didn't look like she was wearing.
This is gonna be a great team.
She definitely wasn't looking like she was wearing Rivermoore clothing. This was more rural, like she was from a village or somewhere out.
Short and dirty. That's how I like them.
Like her.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you're with us. I see. Well, we still have to get out of here, and I assume you'd like to come with us.
Yes, please. That would be fantastic. I guess I'd have to hire up a party to come clear all these. Maybe you can get the artificers to wrangle up an adventuring party.
Is there a way beyond this front door that we might be able to pass?
Well, there is the basement.
Great.
It comes out the side storm cellar. Storm cellar doors.
And so what we need is a distraction to take us.
Bait!
Damn it. Tell you what, I could climb on the roof and shoot from there.
Sounds
The
good.
zombies don't seem so limber.
Well, they did open the gates. Again, he's being quiet this entire time. He's like, I've even seen them try my handle on my door, so they may be able to climb.
Not as well as me.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
And me as well.
But you can try to sneak out the storm cellar, which is at the side of the house. The zombies at the front of the house.
Yeah, that's probably our best bet.
Or I could sneak out there and you could go out from it. And climb on the roof and sneak attack from up there.
If the problem with any of that is if you stop to fight one, it just gives the others more time to get up there.
We do need to keep moving.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, all four if you want to just try to kill this one real fast and go.
All four?
But no, the one.
He's all for it. If we.
I'm all for it.
Oh, okay.
If you want to try that, that's fine. If you just want to bust out, kill this
There's
thing.
some hidden fourth
But
wall.
if you don't drop it in a couple turns, then
The rest will.
the more time.
I could probably. Can I assist in sneaking? Is that a real thing?
I do allow guiding. It just increases your difficulty essentially.
I'd rather not fight a bunch of zombies. We just fought a bunch of ghouls. I can lead us out the basement as long as it's quiet. And by it, I mean you.
And from what I've seen, they're pretty slow. If we get out the side over the fence, I think we could just run.
All right. Well, let me open up the cellar and look down there.
Okay. Immediately, like some musty smell comes up, but you don't smell any death or anything like that. Down there, down the steps, you look around. Don't even need to make a perception check. There's nothing down there. It's foodstuffs and tools and just crates and boxes of
Is any of it
things he's
shiny?
kept.
No.
There's nothing really valuable here.
Lead the way.
All right. So I'll guide them out and up the cellar doors. Up the cellar stairs. Excuse me. Out the cellar doors.
He goes up that way. There's a lever on the inside which will open up the thing on the outside.
Is there any way to do it quietly? Like, can I?
You maybe not. It's pretty hefty.
Wait. I have some oil.
Okay, you want to try to oil up everything. Make sure it's all quiet. And strength check for you to controlled opening. Your attribute should be at the top, right?
So 11.
11. I mean, it's enough to do it. It's just that you like get to a point where it sticks a little bit, and you're like.
More oil. I said quietly.
So, like, you open up the doors, and the caretaker gets out and grabs the door and sets it down quietly on one side, and you can get out and set it down quietly on the other side. So you open up like that. Then you want to close it because you don't want to leave this thing open and let zombies into his house.
Well, I don't care.
Well, he's starting to close his side. As he's closing, what are you doing? Because like
is this grass tall enough for me to?
Not here. This
Not
is
here?
this is
No,
kept
then-
grass.
It's a little ways out, so it's surrounded by a fencing.
Yep.
The gate's over here and by the front of the house, right?
Yeah. So the gate you're looking for is over here. You're coming out on this side. The house is here.
There's no other gate around here or anything?
There's no gate around here, but it's a tall fence to you, but to them, they just hop over it. You'll be able to jump right over.
Yeah,
it.
then I'll run to the fence to hop over. Yeah.
Okay. So you jump over the fence. They shut the doors. The zombie comes around the corner to see what's going on. He just goes, starts running for the fence. The zombie's only about 15 feet away from you. You want to run or you want to engage?
Is this idiot gonna be able to keep away?
I can hit it.
He's already gone. He's already at the fence.
I can shoot it now before it gets to him. Can I specifically aim for like a leg or a knee or something like that?
You can. It's called shots.
Yeah, that's where I start getting disadvantages and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, if I can get away from it, I will.
I can still try. You can still run. Even I might be able to help.
Alright, just don't shoot me.
That's where I make my money. You're where I make my money.
Oh, you didn't make it. Can I get his money too?
Hey, thief. What kind of thief are you playing? The thief kind.
Interesting. They don't have rules for that. Right off the search engine.
Called shot.
Slots.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Weird. So if you're gonna try to, what are you trying to aim specifically for?
I want to hit it in a knee, something that'll incapacitate it, even if it can't feel pain, like disengage its legs, basically.
So roll with just roll with disadvantage.
Right. There we go. Oh, it's definitely 4. So 10.
That hits.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got an 8.
all right. Uh, 7.
Oh.
7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
3.
In the knee.
Yep. Hit it in the knee, and it's just hobbling after you. Are you making your way for the fence?
Yeah.
All right. You hop over the fence and can start going. The zombie will just like do the whole
The thrill.
try to chase you as you're heading this way, and it's like, and like gets to the fence and like falls over it, gets up, starts continuing to walk after you, but your pace is much faster than it. Even short stuff here.
You know, my speed is actually
Yeah,
slower
15,
than everybody. It's 25.
25.
Actually.
Yeah, it's
So
5.
super
It's
quick,
5
but
less than other.
I think it's only because I'm quick too. Normally it would be like 15, like you said.
Yeah, so just be sure I push him down.
Hey! Fuck you. And you run off into the floodplains and head back to town. You get back to town at night. The groundskeeper actually has to kind of convince the guards to let you guys in. I'm the groundskeeper. Let me in.
You have a place to stay tonight?
I got folks that'll give me a bed to sleep in. But you also might want to have him talk to Timothy.
Yeah, we need to figure out who this woman is.
So you're going to head back to the Crystal Candle?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we can start asking around too.
Yeah.
Any newcomers?
We can do that. We can go into I can poke around at the inn.
So, I mean, you might as well start at the inn you're staying at. So you go in there and you're going to ask the innkeeper for Timothy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you start asking around people.
And
the cemetery is there.
Your charisma is... Yeah, I'm better looking than you. Huh? That's weird.
Too.
All right.
We'll do some let's do persuasion as you chat people up and see what they got.
Fuck you.
20. I don't know what's wrong with these dice, man.
Yeah, whatever.
All you have to do is sell your soul.
Yeah, that's all it took.
Okay.
16.
So Timothy is coming down, and she's not in her like nice, super expensive robes at the moment. She's kind of just in a nightgown with a coat over top of
Are
it.
we trying to figure out the girl's identity that left the tomb?
Yes.
Okay.
But you're supposed like the original. This leg of it was go talk to the groundskeeper, see what he knows, come back and tell me.
Gotcha.
But you're going on to the next part, which is good because she's going to ask you to do that as well. And no crap, you're sitting there talking around, asking, and it's like you and your armor with your crest and all that jazz. Are you? The Golden Marches aren't run by a country. They are a free nation between all these other countries, and a bunch of other countries have stakes here. Do you work for the trade guilds that kind of run this place, or are you actually a soldier of another country pledged to an order?
I'd say pledged to an order.
Okay. So, but you're also a local, so people do know you here. And you're asking around, and you kind of know who to ask. Like, I'm not going to ask the river people yet. I'm going to ask townsfolk. I'm going to ask this and that. And you're talking to a group, and over there's like, what'd you say there, Sonny? You're looking for a girl?
Yes.
Came in through the north gate?
And he can pay.
Yeah. Right? Okay, yeah.
Well, I was on guard duty. My graveyard's just shifted out about 2 nights ago. About 4 nights ago, 5 nights ago, like a week. And I think I know who you're talking about. She came in alone. It was weird.
Do you know where she is now?
I think she milled around the marketplace for a bit. It was at night. But I saw her there when it was in the morning, still kind of on the street, and she was talking to a couple. I didn't really recognize them, I don't know them by name, but I know that they live up in the North Markets area, because they're always at the markets up there.
I see.
Elderly couple, real nice.
Thank you, sir. I will look into it.
Yeah, and he'll tell you who they are, and he'll actually give you a stall. And says, I know that they buy apples from this one stall. They may know who they are. And Timothy is standing there like, well, it seems you're progressing quite nicely at this investigation.
We're good at this.
Please let me know what you're... She sits down, orders food. She gives you 5 gold each for this leg of the investigation. She talks to the groundskeeper, talks to you like zombies.
She knows how to keep me going.
Mm-hmm. You see her pull out. No, she doesn't pull out anything. She's not in her other stuff. She's like, I will send for a contingent to clear out the graveyard. I mean, zombies don't have much in the way of useful bits, but they do have some, and we need to get rid of them regardless.
I'm sure the groundskeeper will be grateful.
Yes. So we go search the North Markets tomorrow?
Yes. Do you have any idea what's going on here?
I know that, like I said, undeath isn't my... It's one of my focuses, but it's not my expertise. Bloated butt.
I gotta change that. I gotta figure out how to change that.
I am I'm a fairly new harvester, and I chose my focus to be the undead. That's why I was here collecting the wraith parts. But I am not steeped in the ways of it yet. I just know that if undead continuously happen in one area, it's not good for anyone. It could mean a necromancer, or it could mean something much worse.
That sounds expensive for you.
Expensive for all of us. Life is precious.
But everything has a price, including life.
He isn't wrong. Like, the artificer's like, yep, that's absolutely
absolutely
true.
right.
So I need to go draft some missives bright and early tomorrow morning for the openings of the market. She'll pay for your rooms.
We'll get my own room.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But you already had your own room.
What do you mean, your own room?
So she heads back upstairs, and you guys can do whatever you want with the rest of your evening.
I'm gonna go to bed early.
Yep, you have a big day ahead of you.
Are there any games going on around here?
Absolutely. This is sailor territory.
Yeah, let's play some dice games.
You gonna cheat?
Of course I'm gonna cheat.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand to see how you do.
Yeah. 17.
Yeah, okay. So you throw some dice, slide some numbers, do this and that, pocket some coin. You make, all told, like 3 gold worth of silver, throughout the night. And not a few enemies.
That's what I like. Little tiny guy winning. Alright. Annoying. You got 2 members.
Yes, please.
Please. This paladin motherfucker over here, alcohol's dead.
The morning comes, and even as early as you get up, when you get downstairs, Timothy is already down there, and she's talking to a man who is wearing it's kind of like the heraldry of pages. They're mailmen. They run messages. They trade in running mail and missives and messages and packages and parcels. So she's got like a stack of letters in front of her, all sealed with her artificer's symbol, and she's handing to them, bundled up, and paying them. And he goes running out.
What's that about?
That's the missives to get more help.
I'm glad you said the 6. I was like, I'm gonna chase him down and figure it out.
Get more help for the clearing out the graveyard, letting people know that, letting my artificer guild in Goldshore know that there could be an epidemic here, and that they may want to send additional resources.
Good. This is a quality town. Definitely worth saving.
You're only saying that because you live here.
She's like, yeah, quality town. It is an important town. The trade must flow.
Well, there's more to it than trade.
Right.
Like hookers?
Yep, breakfast comes. It's kind of like all wrapped up, like to-go breakfasts, because the market's open pretty
Looks
early.
like someone wants us to leave.
And she's going with you.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Damn it, we have the boss is with us. Yeah, you're like a little bit hungover, like the hair's all messed up still.
My hair's pretty much probably always messed up. I found a really good
The
picture.
sooner we get going, the sooner we can solve this little mystery.
All right. And north to the North Markets you go. The North Markets are like the North End is specifically kind of like the lower income citizens, like people that live here and work at the docks, work in other places, and just they're not supporting they're not part of the water part of it. They're doing the other things that keep the town running. Specifically, it's low income because if another big flood comes, this is the first place it's going to go if it rises higher than it did last time. So this is kind of like no one wants to live here. They have to. So it's still hustling and bustling, and it's actually kind of lively. There's a lot of people that just salt of the earth type people, just good people. There's already food stalls spinning up, selling stuff. There's stalls of groceries, produce, along with the other clothings, needles, fabrics, thread, all the normal stuff that you'd find in a little marketplace for townsfolk. It's internal. They don't get any external traffic here.
Right. Well, nothing to it but to do it. I'll start with these stalls, including the one that we heard that she was saying it. If you could just take a look around. Halfling. Yeah.
Cater doesn't like that.
And Timothy looks like she has no idea what to do here in this situation. She's just standing regally looking around, and there's people looking at her because this is the nicest dress that's been in this part of town in a long time.
So we're looking for a specific stall of sells apples.
Well, he mentioned that he's seen these people out there before, but that doesn't mean they're the only ones.
Okay.
He doesn't know their names, but he can describe their appearance. They're an old couple. They always wear kind of like the same thing. So you can describe these people to a T from that guard's account. All you have to do is, he's saying he's going to start talking to stalls. You may just want to walk around yourself and look for things.
I'm going to basically sneak out and kind of look behind everything and do my stuff, wander around.
Good. Perception and persuasion.
That ain't no good. 13.
Shit. 6.
Oof. Can we
6.
start over tomorrow? Call this day a bust.
No, it's failing forward. It's dragging on. So you're walking around in the back alleys and stuff like that, and almost 30, 45 minutes after you get here, and you're poking behind the stalls in the back and stuff like that, a group of 6 kids pop out of fucking nowhere and pelt you with stones. Hard. You take 3 hit points of damage.
Oh, is that get my hit points back?
Yeah, you long rested.
I don't have very many hit points.
Yeah, they just yell get out of here, get out of here, blah, blah, blah. Call you names and all that kind of stuff. They throw about 3-4 stones each and then book and just disappear in different directions.
Can I tell where they came from?
They were they came upon you. You walked down this alley from this place. They came from behind where you just were.
Gotcha.
All jumped out, pelted with you stones, and then left.
I'm gonna chase
and they
one.
told to get out of here.
Can I chase one?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm gonna chase it, but I'm gonna yell for portents at the same time. Portents!
It's a busy market in the morning. You
Still
can't
try.
use somewhere
Damn
else.
it. Let's chase one.
Okay.
I don't like getting hit with rocks.
You chase one. He goes down, around, into a stall, and then into the house behind it. Are you going to try to run through the stall?
What kind of stall are we talking about?
It looks like it's selling bread.
Can I sneak around it?
Stop and sneak in. So now, if you stop to sneak, that kid's gone.
Fuck it, I'm running in. Distraction time, let's do it.
The guy tries to grab you. He's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm
just a kid.
He's the big burly baker. He was a big fat baker guy. The big old ham hocks tries to grab you. No, I don't think so. Your dex or your AC is
my AC is 15.
Yeah.
My dex is +4, so 18.
Yeah, 15. Sure, AC.
Yeah, about 15.
So he swings, and you get through, and you're running up to a closed door.
Yeet stone. My dad says adventurers ruin local economies, selling all their high-end and practical treasures.
Yeet stone.
The yeet stone.
There's a door.
I mean, if the kid went right through it.
The kid went.
I'm chasing him at the same speed. And burst into it. God damn it! Are there windows up above or anything?
No, it's one story. There's windows outside of the stall. This stall is just built in front of this guy's house, type of thing.
Damn it.
And he's turned around now, like grabbing a rolling pin.
Yeah, let's run along. I mean, is there like an alley that goes behind it, or
you can run around the house?
Yeah, let's run around the house and chase after. Fuck. Should have done that in the first place.
It would be funny to come find you beaten to death.
you run around.
Or
and
kids throwing rocks. Fuckers.
He may have already gone out the back. He may not have.
I can't track it all.
No.
Not here. Damn it. All right.
Were you you're a performer, right?
No, I'm a Lightfoot.
What's your background?
Ooh, I don't know. What was? Oh yeah, he was. I was the grifter for the fucking circus. Yeah.
So you were a performer.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I was a biker slash
look
thief.
Go to description.
Oh yeah, criminal. Spy.
Criminal. You're a criminal. Okay, so you're not a performer. All right. So, but you just worked in the circus.
Mm-hmm.
You're not an urchin. Urchins. If you were an urchin, I would let you start trying to like. I know where I would be if I was an urchin, but you're not.
That's fine.
And that is a background.
So my head is bleeding. I'm gonna make my way back to Port Belly or whatever.
Pot belly.
Halfling.
Okay. So mainly, the person like you describe them, and the person's like, "Oh yeah, this or that," and then that's the Viners. Man, I think they. My memory's not what it was. They either live over in the Red Rock neighborhood, or maybe I'm thinking it's the Red Sign Street. I can't remember where they come from. I'm surprised they weren't here this morning.
Did they have a specific time that they come?
Oh, you're not there.
Oh,
this
sorry.
While you were off looking around doing all this stuff, this is his talking. So this person, you just happen to get the Alzheimer stall guy that was described to you, and then so from there
They come here every day.
Just about, yeah.
And they usually would have been here by now.
Correct.
So the red sign,
like he's looking you up and down as like a soldier. Like, is there something wrong?
Always.
Always inspiration for terrifying the poor stalker.
What a weird thing to give a paladin inspiration for. He just scared everybody.
You can ask around some more.
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah,
I kind of want to just hang around just in case they come by.
It's all unfortunately off that one roll. So what that roll is you're gonna eventually get the information. It's just how long it's taking you.
All right. I mean, I'll hang around just in case they come by anyway.
Okay. So you hang around. You start talking again. Like even with the description, not anyone. Like there's a lot of people that come here every day, and even though it's a close-knit neighborhood, there's still a lot of people here. It's a big town.
I have a little paper that I drew to the people I want to keep showing. Have you seen these people?
2 stick figures. Imothy.
It's just a person with a hood. Like, see that one? You're like, no, I haven't seen that.
And Imothy just hovers uncomfortably around you, like, I don't know what to do here.
Look at my on-screen sunburn. Perfectly striped.
I'm totally fine with her being uncomfortable. I don't even notice.
So, it takes like...
You're perfectly fine with being uncomfortable. This paladin.
Think you know, like it's the red... You think they live on Red Sign Street. That's what you kind of get at the end. Okay. That's the most common one. And you kind of get directions, but it's locals' directions, which you understand. You're a local. When he comes up, like bleeding from like a hit here with a bruise forming on his like forearm.
To you.
And horses never look.
That's good. I would have mocked you going.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna fucking do. I'm gonna tell you kids beat me up. That's Kymir's biggest fear is watching children beat him up. You better not look.
Why should get that looked at?
I'm fine. What did you find out?
You do have lay on hands. I just want to remind you of that.
No, I
Not
pat him
saying
on the head.
Are you gonna heal him?
No.
No. Dick.
Like I'm bleeding from the head. You're like, good, you. And I'm like, damn, he pat me right where I got hit.
Yeah, I can go ahead and do that.
Alright.
But it is going to be a pat on the head.
Yeah, pat, and you feel better. I mean, you have that healing salve, but I wouldn't
It's just
waste
the
it on
meanest
this.
paladin. I guess hanging out with Chimera would make you kind of aggravated, I bet. Can you give me a base 3 back? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
He has...
Restores 5 hit points.
No, then, yeah. That's...
So now you have 2 hit points of healing from your healing lay on hands
5
left.
hit points is like 55% of my total hit points.
Yeah, it's a pool, so you mark off 3, and you have 2 left. Okay. So Empathy is like, all right, are we ready to go to this Red Stand Street or whatever it is?
As long as we get out of this market, I'll go anywhere.
Oh yes, I do believe we're ready.
Right. So you start heading down, and you find Red Sign Street pretty easily. It's
The red sign?
a red sign,
Damn
yeah.
it.
It's got the signpost on the corner. It's just a big red shield. And
I'll never learn if you lay on hands for such things.
you'll never learn. Inspiration for Nabocus.
Hey, navigation inspiration. God damn it.
Robert. All right. So you walk. You walk out down the street, and you kind of get the feeling that you immediately know where you're needing to go right away. There's like a huddled group of women, like 4 or 5 of them, like sitting across a street, all like hinned up, like down.
Are any of them
Are they
4
playing
feet tall?
craps?
No. And no. As you approach one of them, like they all kind of like
Excuse
and
me,
they look
ladies.
around. Oh, thank God, a soldier is here. The strangest sounds are coming from our neighbor's house, the Viners.
The Viners, you say? What's going on?
There's all kinds of racket and moaning going on in there.
Well,
Maybe they're just doing their filial duty.
Halfling, go take a look.
They,
Is there? Are all of you all right?
yes, it started this morning.
No. We'll go to stay away from the curse. Go to stay away from the cursed dice.
This morning, you say?
That better be money.
Been going on since dawn?
A little bit before dawn, yes. We heard a door slam, and then all of a sudden it just started a commotion in there.
You say it's in the cellar or in the main house?
Halfling, what are you doing here? Get in there.
Is it in the cellar or the main house?
This house. I don't even think the Viners have a cellar.
So is this a single-story house or a multiple-story? It's a single-story house again. Is there? I don't want to go in the front door. Let me
You
look
want to
in.
go up and listen? And
Yeah, let's go up and listen. Look in the windows, that kind of stuff.
Okay. The windows are shuttered, but you can go listen in the window. Perception.
7.
Yeah. It sounds pretty quiet in there. Like, if you don't know what they consider a commotion, but there's like no sound.
Is there a back door?
No. This is like a little cottage.
All right. So we'll go back to the front door.
Oh, go up.
But you can use your thieves' tools to open absolutely anything, like
Perfect.
windows, all that kind of stuff.
So
because it has shims and stuff.
I'm gonna go around the side of the house and open a window. That's what I want to do.
So you're going around the side. Give me thieves' tools, which
Sleight of
is nope, thieves' tools. So thieves' tools are based off dexterity. They're a tool that's based off dexterity, and you're proficient in them.
I just want to make sure I want to see this for myself, sorry, because I gotta learn this stuff. So Thieves tools, boom. Set of tools and like proficiency with these tools lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make to disarm traps or weapon locks. Okay, so I just add my proficiency bonus.
And your dexterity.
And my dexterity.
Correct. So it's just like as if you had a skill with dexterity, like let's call it sleight of hand. You have sleight of hand,
okay.
right? So that's +4, and your proficiency bonus is +2, so it's plus.
So I'm just asking, as a future DM, it doesn't say that anywhere. How would I know that? Or is that something you're doing for me?
Tools are weird because they say with any skills, like some of these skills require you to have tools to use them.
Oh, right? I see. Okay. So
but they're
it's a
really
bonus to ability checks. The ability check would be a dexterity plus my proficiency. Gotcha.
And like skills like open locks and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
It's all under, I guess, sleight of hand, but they took the thieving skills out, so it's not in there. But like for example, if you were to play bagpipes and you're proficient in bagpipes, you'd roll your performance, but you need the bagpipes to perform.
Plus proficiency.
So you get it's just the performance plus your proficiency because you're proficient with the bagpipes. But if you're a bagpipe player, you can't perform without the bagpipes.
So I
you can't
do this,
pick locks without these tools.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Makes sense. An 8. I'm gonna use my fucking inspiration.
Oh, that's really
poor Dayton.
8.
Aw, Dayton. An 8. An 8. Like, Jesus, man.
I'm rolling low tonight. Gamer's
I'll
terrible.
take the shield off.
And you just...
Yeah, I'm going to play the cop, because it's kind of what I am.
Yeah. Almost immediately, you hear, like, a pan drop inside. And then something falls over. It might be a chair or something, wooden and heavy.
Mr. and Mrs. Viner, are you in there?
Something hits the door.
Formalities. Go in there, Portance. I'm right behind.
So it was a big hit against the door at first, like someone just walked into the door, and then you hear, and you can hear it going towards the door handle.
Ladies, I suggest you get out of here.
They kind of scatter and go back in their homes, which are all around the homes around this, and they're sticking their heads out windows. And then the door handle starts moving, and then it throws open 2 gin bottles.
This is a gift from a pretty stand-up dude.
Cats are people too, with a cat butt on it.
There's a bunch of cats.
And then the door comes swinging open.
Oh, you can't see all
and
of it.
There's this old man zombie. And behind him is another kind of older woman zombie.
Older woman.
Swing for the head.
Okay. You're like, and you hear on that of it. What's going on over there? Like you're fighting over there now. Good, and like you were, standing at the wet ready, and like.
Not 20. I'm kidding. 12.
Oh, I was like, shut up.
Damn it.
I'm starting to get mad a little bit.
17.
Jealous. That hits it.
Oh, that sucks. I guess that's 4 damage.
Wow. The minimum?
Yep. That's a 1. Okay.
Alright, so you and you didn't judge how slow, fast he was coming, so you just kind of nick him across the jaw. It would have been, if you would have lurched a little bit further, it would have taken his head clean off. But
I'll remember that.
So he comes out. The wife can't attack this turn because they're coming through the door, single file essentially. But he gets out and attacks you. Ooh, he hits. Yay. 4 damage.
Ooh. Head pat.
Okay. Timothy screams. Ah!
Thanks, bitch.
Good.
Yeah, holy crap, is she useless.
Oh, I get turned undead as a paladin, don't I?
Yeah.
What's funny was when I wrote the character of Gilius, I made like a little shitty ranger, like an old guy.
Yeah.
Things, and I was like, cool. I'll keep the same stats for if you guys follow Kmir. Then I'm looking at this Kmir and I'm like, this Kmir is way better than the Kmir from the other game. Like, this guy's great. Although not tonight, he's been doing pretty poorly tonight. But,
yeah, I'm pretty much the only one doing anything.
Hush. Well, you're making up for yesterday then.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not your fault. You were feared for 4 combat, right?
Hey, I was still healing.
Yeah, you were.
Okay, yeah, she screams and backs up. What do you do when you hear all this going on?
I'm just going to crowbar that window out and get in. I know I'm going to waste the turn getting in, but I'll be behind them now. And
Strength check.
Strength check?
You're crowbarring.
Damn it. 11. Yes. Come on, versus a window.
It's not glass.
Damn it.
It's wood. Like, it's wood shutters. Like,
it's gonna be funny when they get arrested for murdering 2 elderly people.
They just haven't taken their meds. When is church? Like, just kill them.
Get off my lawn!
It's up to you.
it's wood. It's like...
Either way, Kamir's just going to be happy that he got the crowbar to stick in the wood a little bit.
I'm assuming you're putting the crowbar in, trying to like trying to put it in the center. And
it would be in there. Like, I'm not picking the lock anymore. I'm breaking it.
Yeah. So no.
I don't weigh enough.
Yeah, like I'm so tiny. Damn this is a poor profession choice. I thought my small size would let me get into places easier, but I can only carry 2 gold.
Hey, if Kimir dies with 2 gold in his hand, I'm fucking happy.
All right.
Man, I'm sorry I wasted the whole term trying to help you out right now.
He's like,
You're like robbing the place along.
coming up on you out
In the distance, you hear, just me trying to get the window open. I'm like dangling from the crowbar. Yeah.
So he kind of like comes up on you and backs you up a little bit, and then she gets out, and like all the women are like, Agnes, what are you doing? And like, they're just now both wailing on you.
No, that's just how they look.
But you get to attack first.
Excellent. You have
Inspiration.
You have inspiration. Yeah.
Inspiration.
Natural 1.
You don't want to do that now.
9 plus.
That is.
9 plus 5, so 14.
They have an 8.
I know. I'm just
They don't care about getting hit.
There we go. 10 damage.
telling you, these dice will be your downfall. They're nice though. Look how pretty they are.
Okay.
They're yours
So you
now.
thunk into him again. He's a wiry guy, but it's like hitting solid wood this time, and just sinewy and old. Trank. They're gonna attack. Sorry,
Yeah.
You're doing other stuff.
I thought I could get in there.
No. They're pummeling you with just armor, shield, blocking.
I hope so. Okay.
She pulls out a folding crossbow, like click, and like the tines come out. Loads a crossbow bolt.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah.
Hey, she hits it. It's fun. Oh, D8. Damn.
What? It's like an action. It's like what is it? Firefly. She shot you with your eyes closed. No, what? Or no, iRobot. Have you seen iRobot? There's a part where at the very end, the female protagonist is trying to help out, and she has a gun, but she's terrified. She just goes and like shoots and kills a couple robots. And everyone's like, "Oh, thanks." She's like, "Did you shoot it with your eyes closed?" And she's like, "What? No." And the guy's like, "Yeah, totally." Like,
So she does all that, and it's like, and it's just like the guy's like, and all of a sudden there's a bolt fletching sticking out of its eye, and it's all. She goes,
I just give him a look back like,
I'm helping. Yeah. What do you want to do?
So I just want to basically drop off my crowbar and make it around the corner of the house on fire. Will it be a move 25 feet?
Yeah, you
So
can
shoot, yeah,
move and shoot.
Let's do it.
You don't have to leave the crowbar.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
leave it there.
I just mean, like, I'm done with what I'm doing and going to come back here and make a shot. Rolling horrible tonight. Yes, let's do it. That is, god damn it, that is a 9. They have 8, right?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. This is not a sneak attack, though. Ooh, fucking 9. Hell yeah.
9.
Sorry, Agnes.
Back to the top of the order, so ranged is first now. She has her crossbow out, so she's shooting, and you're shooting, so go ahead and roll with it. She hits.
24 I hit, yeah.
Yep, that hits.
I feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, as you're saying in combat, like...
8 for me.
Okay.
Like, I know what I'm doing, but
yeah.
she does not.
Go.
17.
That hits.
Ooh.
Whoa, buddy. In the kitty.
Ooh, don't touch those.
Yeah, it's okay if my dice are cursed.
I'm not superstitious, but like these were terrible dice for
What,
me.
did you get a 4?
I rolled a 4, but plus 3.
And it's funny because that's what it rolled over here.
Oh. Right, so plus 3 plus 2.
These must have just these dice.
No,
were
plus
just,
3. Yeah.
These dice were
Your
just
strength is a
waiting for
3.
you.
Yeah, plus 3, so 7.
Okay, like you stab into her like through throat and thing, and like her head kind of pitches forward. You pull it out, and she keeps going after you. Her attack, 17.
18.
God damn it!
Level 1, 18.
Oh yeah, it's a paladin, man.
Jesus.
Chainmail with a shield.
Well, I guess mine's 15. That's not too bad. I'm quick as fuck.
I'd say Warwick could easily get this too. They just have a chain.
Oh, yeah.
Shield.
Just almost all the warriors or barbarians I see try to go like two-handers, things like that. Lose that 2 points of AC.
What's Rinsonius? Thanks for coming for the.
Hey, Winsonius.
No, I would say that I was part of a unit that were used to the whole,
Yeah, sword, shield.
and that's why I have the
Absolutely.
javelin too. Is the old Roman legionary.
All right, that was her. It's back to shooters. She hits it.
21.
What are those spears called? The ones that the legionnaires have?
Phylum.
Yeah, the ones that would bend after they throw it, so that the enemy can't throw it back.
And the PHILUM phylum. Is
Yeah.
that what they're called?
Interesting. 9.
9.
9.
13. All right, so like this thing is getting skewered and still like coming after you. They're fighting an old zombie woman, and this zombie woman is tenacious. Take
I like them.
It's a
I'm
joke.
dead.
I like when my women like my golf score. Just under 80 with a slight handicap, or just over 80 with a slight handicap. Sorry.
I like my women like I like my coffee without other guys' dicks in it.
Whoa.
Oh, what's that vampire joke or whatever? Like, think about it.
How does that lead into a vampire show?
No. So people always ask me why we vampires prefer virgins.
Why?
Well, would you eat a sandwich if somebody stuck their dick in it?
Inspiration
No,
forever has it.
I'm married.
Whoever needs it.
So it's like, you guys are single? I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, absolutely, we're single. Oh my god. This comedy,
It's pretty funny though.
comedy section brought to you by.
Dude, I bartend all day. Like, you just added a joke to my repertoire right now. God damn it.
All right, well, I rolled a 19 to hit, so
Okay, that hits.
7 again.
Oh, you take off its head. Head hits the ground, rolls. All the women scream around you. Like a chorus down the street. Ah! Couple shutter windows shutter closed.
Everything's under control, ladies.
Kick the head inside.
You're covered in blood.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Empty's like, where's the town guard in this place? She.
You never see him. You never see him. Is Agnes wearing a wedding ring?
No.
Nah.
But I mean, there might be jewelry inside.
Well,
They
we're
may
going
have
inside
something.
in a second. I just wanted to make sure while we were still out here if Agnes had a wedding ring.
Timothy steps forward, kind of pokes at them real quick to make sure that they're dead, and then kind of sets about looking about them. Make me a perception before you head in.
Both of us are
Just him.
I forgot my perception. Sorry. 13.
13. So this street, mostly cottages and homes, but down at the corner it looks like there's a farrier. Not the right word. The
Farrier.
horse.
Horse puppy, yep.
There's like a little farrier stall kind of area, and there's like 3 kids hanging out outside of it.
This motherfucker.
Is there a problem here?
They're just like looking at what's going on down there. You guys.
Is there a problem here? Those kids
There's no
bothering
way.
you?
I know. There's no way I can skinny that. These kids have trailed us since we were in the market. They've been at every stop so far.
Hey, kids! Come over here.
Oh, don't run them off.
They kind of talk, and like one just like runs away, but then like the other one's like resolved, like he kind of walks up. He doesn't look like any of the ones that pelted you,
Never seen him before.
but it may he may have been
Who
like you
knows?
didn't get a
Yeah,
great
I don't-
look at
yeah,
him. There
who
were
knows?
6 of them.
I
He
chased
walks up.
one
He's
of
like a
them.
little scrappy looking kid, like thinks he's all big and tough. Walks up. Yeah, what you want?
You see anything that's been going on around here? Any kind of suspicious?
Well, I might have.
You might have.
Listen, you
Like
little
what?
shit. If you're making zombies, there's gonna be hell to pay.
Hey, it's just not making zombies as a kid.
Kamer shuts up and angrily eyes this kid.
Like, did you see somebody enter this house with the older couple in there?
Maybe.
Well,
What's
listen
it
here,
to
kid.
you?
What's it to me?
I'm gonna ping him a silver. That's what
He
he's
catches
looking
it.
for.
Looks at it. Big Tad has her.
Who's Big Ted?
Yeah, he's the guy that runs all us urchins. He took the girl.
Where can we find Big Ted?
He's in the shed down by the waterfront.
Can you take us?
Yeah, for another one of these.
I already paid him.
We already paid you.
For the information, not for
Oh, I mean,
directions.
you gotta pay him. I already paid the first part.
He's saying,
You
like,
paid the second.
Well, how can we trust him if we know he's...
I basically look at this kid and I'm like, this fucking guy.
If he's doing this for money, then he's not... We don't know that he's being truthful. He's going to do this out of the goodness of his heart.
You've never had to scrap for food, have you?
Have you?
Let's follow the kid. We don't have to follow him anywhere we don't want to go.
You're not going to spend this on drugs, are you?
Do you know where I can get some?
Excellent. Inspiration. DM inspiration is a scary thing.
I think... Can you make
So-
change for a gold coin?
I was like, no! Like, Kamer's like, no. Don't show him your gold.
Timothy stands up. It's like, very interesting and troubling. We have to move these bodies inside and out of the street.
It's just a kid.
What?
These bodies, but do not, under any circumstances, touch the female's hands.
I've already licked them twice. No, I'm just kidding.
Kill the halfling.
So I'll tell the kid, you stay there. That silver's not going anywhere. There's more where it came from.
I mean, you're not going to be moving bodies. It's pretty much going to be him.
I'm just saying, tell him to stay there
He's like,
while we do our
Use my
thing.
shield with the hands.
You just like grab the shoulders and drag them inside, and drag the other guy inside, and kind of take the shield and scoop the head inside.
I help by being like, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
People are coming out of their homes, this and that.
It's the halfling from Brooklyn.
Listen up, guys. Listen up, fellas. I can tell you where the best pizza in town is. Just gotta give me a silver.
And she's all like, official artificer business, nothing to see here. Please no one go into this home at all.
Agnes was very ill. Agnes was very ill.
Shuts it. Uses mage hand to lock it
Hey.
from the inside.
So we're right at the 1.5. Let's take a quick break, right?
Quick break before the next thing.
Oh, you missed the best part, Nav.
You actually missed some pretty good stuff.
Oh, you missed the last 20 minutes? No.
Did you see the fight with the elderly couple zombies?
We'll put the back on or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't believe you guys haven't heard that joke before.
I might have, but I don't remember. But that's fucking gold. I'm keeping that one.
Yeah. So they found the elderly couple that may or may not have been talking to the girl they're looking for. And, they found what was left of the elderly couple. When they got there, there were two zombies in the house.
You know, we murdered them in front of our bridge friends.
Yeah, murdered from the entire street that they've lived on their entire lives.
Nothing to see here. Covered in blood.
Icker. But then, there were some street urchins watching the commotion, and they paid them some money, and they told them where, what they think is where this girl might be now.
And the halfling is trying to hide the fact that he got beat up by some kids.
Yeah, he is really trying to hide the fact that he got beat up by kids. But while you're moving the bodies, like some of the people come out and like, oh my gosh, and they just want to gossip. You know, death isn't, it's kind of a thing that happens in this world. So they're all like, that what just happened. You having to kill these people.
Well, so that's what I'm afraid of, is that they're going to be like,
horrifying.
Did he just murder two old people?
Having the artificer there
Okay.
is like, oh my gosh, like this is something magical going on.
Okay. As long as I'm not accused of just murdering two old people in the street.
And you're also an authority as well. So, you find out that they took in a girl who was said she was a refugee, and that her town was overrun by the horde or something. They don't know the details, but they took it in. She seemed like a nice young girl, but like always kept her hand in her coat. And then that was a day ago, and then this happened this morning, or not a day ago, 3 days ago.
Okay. I'm going to go to the bathroom while we're still on break.
Let's
Empty the bladder. We can keep going.
Yep. Did you hear that?
I did not.
So, when the folks finally calm down, some of them come out and talk about the fact that the Viners, Agnes and Flitch, just took in a girl, a refugee urchin, that said her town was destroyed, and they've been taking care of her for about 3 days, and then last night, this happened. And the girl is not in the house.
So the last two places that she's been seeing zombies have happened for some reason.
And wraiths.
And wraiths.
And ghouls. Yeah. The other thing that Imithias explains is that the man was bitten. He has a big bite mark on his shoulder that looks, it's like all black and all this stuff. But the woman doesn't have any bite marks on her.
Has he asked about the hands yet?
No, he hasn't.
Okay.
But her hands are black. And like they kind of like look like they have an infection in them, and then through the rest of her body, like through the veins, is blackness.
But she's missing the bite.
She's missing the bite.
No bite on her.
Just her hands are black. And when she points that out, you notice that like the zombies from the other places also seem to have a black veiny thing going on.
Interesting.
So what you missed was Timothy describes that the man was bit. He had a big bite mark on his neck right here that had black like poison or like infection coming out from it. But the woman doesn't have any such markings on her, but her hands are black on the outside.
And the zombies that we fought, I remembered seeing that they had
black veins and
bite marks and stuff.
No, they didn't bite much. It was just
white black veins.
Just like black veins and splotches.
So
but she had blackness on the outside of her hands, like her hands started rotting or something. But they looked fine except for the fact that the skin is just black, and then from those patches going through the veins and all that is blackness, centering like a lot more here and then throughout the rest of her body.
Okay.
But once you get them inside and shut the door, the kid is ready to take you to Big Thad's.
Well, I kind of want to dig around
Big
the
Tads.
house a little bit. There's some stuff in there.
Timothy is like,
man, have some respect.
it's like, we've got to get going, otherwise this whole town could be in jeopardy.
He's just going to make a mental note about the house. Respect never made me $1. Or gold. I shouldn't say dollar. There's no dollars.
What's your name?
You don't know my name. I know it kind of sucks.
So, kid starts taking you to the waterfront, up in the north districts. These, again...
It's a greasy cave right there.
These would be the first... Oh, you're in the north, so you're... Actually... Where's it this way? So yeah, he's like swinging you around and down towards the first docks.
Does it seem like he's taking us out of the way?
Yeah, actually, I screwed up.
Sorry.
Technically, these shouldn't be the north side. It should be the east sides. Whatever. I'll just stick with it for now. This leg of the river goes north-south. So he's just taking you towards the north docks. These docks, though they're the first docks that are in the city, so they should be like busy and prosperous.
By the first docks, you mean like the oldest?
The first docks are boats coming from the center of the continent.
The river runs the rest of the way through town, so this is the first place that they hit.
This is the first place they hit on their way to Gold Shore. So you would think they'd be very busy, but they're also the docks closest to the floodplains. These docks have been destroyed, remade. The warehouses are known to get waterlogged and things like that, so they're not utilized that much. They're pretty much used for internal, like boat traffic, fishermen and things like that. And he takes you to, there's a warehouse right upon like these docks. Like the docks are there and there's a warehouse so you could take stuff off or on. And behind that warehouse is a shed. It's pretty nondescript. It's just a shed, like 10 foot by 10 foot. And this is Big Tad's, yep.
All right. Before he leaves, I'm going to put 2 silver in the kid's hand and ask him, who did you bring here?
Who did I bring here?
Because it wasn't us.
Right. I don't know.
Let him go. Who cares what he spends it on as long as he doesn't tell him where we went? Let's look at this shed.
All right. You walk up to the shed and it has a nondescript kind of older shed, just wood shack almost. 10 feet by 10 feet, no windows, no sides, one door. And the door...
Blank this. Who's this Tad guy?
Big Tad.
He's the one that's got the girl at the moment.
He apparently runs the urchins, like the little, like...
He's an unofficial
Big
thief
Tad.
master. These kids would have known some cant, I think, so...
Yes.
Well,
He's a like the kid just kind of would have talked a little bit on the way, but he's just a big bully that makes the kids go out and make him money.
Well, you can do this one of two ways. I prefer my way.
Either way we do it. Anyone that makes a buck off a kid's not a man. So I don't care either way.
Alright.
You have inspiration?
Yeah, I do have inspiration.
Pull my pants, tighten my belt.
Crack my knuckles to get ready.
You tie your what?
Tighten my belt.
Oh, okay. She pulls out her crossbow again and
Kramer's a piece of shit, but he doesn't like taking advantage of shit.
I walk up. Bam, bam, bam.
Okay.
Chad.
Tad.
Chad.
Chad's. That's funny.
Just say Chad anyway.
So the first thing you notice is that for being this crappy little shack, this door is thick, metal reinforced, and has a very good new lock in the
that's
door.
not good.
Right?
We probably should look at it before you banged on it.
So you walk up and you see this.
All these crossbows come out pointing
Yeah.
at me. Ah.
Chad doesn't have to pay to find the girl. Shut up, Navicus.
So you're still slamming on the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not the brightest guy.
Yeah, I was supposed to say he's going to do it no matter what.
Nothing.
Is there stuff around here that I can hide behind?
Yeah. And there's like
Make
some...
myself scared. Well, he bangs. If there's no response, we'll talk about it next week.
No response. No response.
I'm going to try to pick it?
You can do that?
Is that legal?
Nothing's legal.
Huh, you're more useful than I thought.
Mental note. Oops, I was figuring this. There we go. Alright. 13
Total?
total.
Is that with proficiency bonus and everything?
Yeah, let's re-roll that. That's low as hell. Alright,
That's like a
there
plus
we go.
6.
Yeah,
And
so
do you... So you had expertise.
21.
Go to your features and traits. Actually, I think I should...
Yeah, I got it. Expertise.
Expertise. What are the two
Stealth
things?
and acrobatics.
Okay,
not
stealth.
sleight of hand, yeah.
Not thieves' tools. You,
Yeah.
Your Isarok
Oh,
had
that's right.
thieves' tools.
That's right,
Yep.
yeah.
So what'd you get for the second one?
20.
Oh, yeah, that
20 something, yeah.
Creak.
21.
Opens right up.
So I'll probably.
Shield.
I'll take.
Sword.
Do you want me to look in first, or you want to go for this? This is open. You can smash that sucker open.
Look.
Listen, Potbelly. The thing is unlocked. You could kick it open, or I could open it up slowly. There's been no answer.
Go look.
Okay. You open it up.
Yeah.
All right. So in the interior of this thing is really only one thing. There's a trap door on the ground. There's a oil lantern hanging from the ceiling,
Is it lit?
and yes, and that's it. Like this is just a shed hiding a door on the ground.
Chad! We just want to talk.
Start yelling again. I thought it would sneak in, and you're like, Chad! Like, why do we sneak in? That's great. Nothing.
Mm-mm.
Can I check the trapdoor for trap?
Yes, you can. Perception.
There's a trap door.
You found one. It's a door.
Found a trap door. A trap door. 16, excuse me.
Looks clear.
All right. Maybe you ought to go first this time.
Coward. Push it open.
Yeah, so you
Slowly.
grab the ring and open it up. So you grab the ring and open it up, and it's on a springed hinge. So once you like, it goes and just opens like, and there's a stairway down.
Is there any light down there?
Wooden stairs, by the way, slatted stairs.
Is there
This is
any
on the
light
dock.
down there?
This is facing away from the dock. So the river's over here, and this is a shed back here. There's a warehouse, shed, and the stairways are going this way. Yeah, but this is floodplain area. Like there definitely shouldn't be things underground here. Like that was just asking to be flooded out.
Is there any light down there?
Yes, it does look like there's flickering lamp light down there.
Pork chop, wait.
Alright, I'll go slowly.
No. Let me go first. I'm quieter. This shouldn't be here. I don't want you to mess up my chances at money again like you did last time.
Be my guest.
stealth.
So stealth.
Yeah, I'm good at that. Except this time. Oh, I'm just kidding. 23.
And perception. I should see you're checking things out on the way down.
20.
Okay. You're walking down, and these steps are fairly well worn, and actually most of them are bowed a little bit. Like, there's a lot of weight that's been put on these things over the years.
Yeah, so it's his inspiration to make the trapdoor fall past.
But you notice about the 6th step down is not worn and not bowed.
So something's... Here's a question I've got for you. If something's obvious like that, through my perception and things like that, do I need to do a trap check still, or do I need... I can just be like...
That's probably a trap.
Yeah,
it's probably not a trap itself. It's probably the trigger for a trap.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So let's skip it as we move along.
So you tell them...
Yeah, we can... I'll grab some chalk or something, I think.
I mean, it's... Once
Just
you
tell
point it
them.
out, it's pretty
6
obvious.
this one. Yeah, okay, cool. So we'll skip it.
And if you
move
pull
on.
out some chalk, you just mark the wall right over top of the stair.
Don't have any chalk with this character. It's pretty weird. Interesting. Anyway, all right, cool.
Okay.
So I just pointed out.
So don't step on that step.
Don't step on that step.
Okay.
Also, quit moving around. So,
Chink.
So
don't step on that step. Okay. Like,
stop. You hop over that step and down the stairs, and like as you look down and look back, again, like so these are slotted stairs, but there's really nothing behind them. They take up the entire corridor, but at that step, if you look through, you can actually see 2 blades in there, cocked back underneath the steps.
sounds fun. With the number of hit points I'm glad I got that nice perception roll.
This is just a kind of straight hallway. At the end of it, there is a door. And there's a lantern hanging from the ceiling.
This is my perception count for the hallway. Like, I've looked for traps. And like, okay, so let's go up and listen to this door.
Okay, perception for that.
21.
You
So you just like fall. It just went boom.
you
Hold it when you want.
don't really hear anything. Like, nothing's standing out as... You don't hear people talking, you don't hear movement, you don't hear wind or anything like that. You might hear some drips here and there. Water drips. It is kind of damp down here.
We'll check the door for traps first.
Okay.
18. 16.
Looks clear.
Alright. Is it locked?
No. This door does have a... like slightly... So someone can open a little portal from the inside and look out, but it's closed. So like it's got one of those... Who's there? Type of thing.
Do you have your weapons ready?
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
shield.
Try to...
Quietly.
They open
So there is no... So
Tad
a little
seems
bit of a...
over.
A little... Looks
Like-
clear. A little bit of a misnomer.
I'm just saying, like, for the type of operation we're talking about, like kid urchins and stuff like that, Tad seems pretty well funded. Like, this seems crazy.
So, a little bit of misnomer. There's no lock on this door, but when you try to open it, it is barred from the other side. You can try to use your thieves' tools to shimmy through the edges and move up, but if you get that, there's a chance that you make noise by the thing falling down on the other side.
I'll skinny that
Or
information.
you could kick open the door.
I'll skinny that information to him, and we'll talk
Or look
about
at
what we want to do. Like,
all kinds of other options.
oh, you know what? It's okay. What about getting the viewport open? Can I press against it and slide it, or is it locked by some mechanism?
You can certainly try.
So my idea is that if I can thieves tool the board up on the other side. I think I can do it. If I get the viewport open, I can drop something in like rope and things, and maybe pull the board out.
He could probably just reach his arm in and pull up the door.
There you go.
at
So
that
I
point.
can either try to get this open with thieves tools and make noise, or we can try to open the port and possibly make noise, and you can open the bar yourself with your arm. Or you can just fucking blow it open. You can be like, Show us your skills.
How about we start with the viewport? That sounds the quietest.
All right. Stealth, sleight of hand.
Do sleight of hand, just for quietness' sake.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that too. 22.
Yeah. So you just like put your hand up against it, like start sliding it. It like hits like a resistance, but then you just put pressure on it, like there's a lip on the inside, but you have to kind of get it over and just like.
Am I too short?
You're like,
Damn it.
oh, it's fresh if you don't already have it. I think you already have it though. Okay, so
As you hold me up, you look over my shoulder. We're both looking in.
you look in, and there is what probably used to be some type of sewer or drainage system that was attempted, or so pretty old. Like the walls like have water running down them, and there's obviously leaks and stuff like that. But halfway through the room, there is a channel with little bridges over it. It's only about 3 feet, like probably only like 2 feet deep, with some water running through it. But this entire room is just a mess. Like in the back corner, there's a potbelly stove, and there's all this soot on the roof. There's bags of like oats just like piled up over there. A sink basin, dirty bowls. Then on this side, you just see small straw bales covered with burlap, probably where most of the kids would stay here and there. There's some tables or some chairs. This looks like just a big old communal living place down here. There's a couple ways out of here, but you're not seeing any movement or anything at this juncture.
Reach in there and pull the board open so we can pass through.
So Timothy kind of like looks in the door and just snaps her fingers, and her hand kind of phases out, and a second hand appears, and it's all kind of purple and glowing, and it goes
Oh, thank God.
and picks up the thing from the other side.
Don't drop it.
No, she doesn't drop it. She just moves it back.
I was just gonna stick my hand in there and cut it off.
Alright, well now that Kamer's kind of seen where the kids would sleep, he's a little more fervent about going in and looking quietly.
You open this door. There's 2 exits. One is kind of like a large stone exit. Another's a door off to the side. The door off of the side is fairly planky. It's just like wood planks with a pole ring on it.
That's off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the 2 little
Bridges over like the tiny,
There's nothing on the other side.
channel.
Door-wise.
There's that big archway.
Oh, big archway,
Yeah.
sorry. And then the rivulet goes through, like I'm guessing, like a tube or a small little thing.
Grates.
Grates,
Yeah, just
okay.
in one side out the other with little metal grates.
Okay.
Just water running through it. Sludgy water.
That's it.
I just didn't know what the drawing was.
What was this thing, the stars around the wavy lines? It's an actual house or something or whatever. That's okay, we'll talk about it later.
Oh, whose is that?
You have the sigil.
Is that yours?
I drew
Okay.
the sigil, but it was something.
Yes, that was the guy that, what the person was wearing that was going to make you pass the scale or get the scale out of you. They were going to turn you to stone.
They're turning Rofrost into stuff.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Him. That's who it was. And then I described that
almost
symbol.
did it too.
Yeah.
Like Rofrost agreed to it. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. All right. So there's a big stone archway at the other end. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to head for the plank door first.
Okay.
Perceptioning sneakily.
It's a simple ass plank door. When you listen in, you can like hear some little squeaks and pitter patters. There's probably some rats in there.
Is it trapped?
No.
All right. Let's...
Yeah. If you open it up, it's just a storeroom.
Damn it.
Yeah. Nothing good.
Shucks.
I'm like, it's nothing. What? All right, let's head for the main archway door.
All right. This is just a main like a big archway that goes into about a 10-foot tunnel. before there is a door that's open, just sitting open, and it's again just like the door at the shed, thick, newer, banded metal,
It's
good
open,
lock,
though.
but it's just hanging out open. You see that this room has several lanterns in it, lit. You can tell that from the outside before you even get up to the window.
Somebody must have been here recently.
I'll sneak in.
Stealth.
24.
Okay.
Level 1. State stealth.
You head up, and you're at the corner of the door jamb, looking into the door. This is a room about as large as the room you just came from. There's no rivulets in this one. You see a king size bed, canopy, all that kind of stuff. Silk pillowcases and a thick down comforter on there. Shelves, a desk, chest. Then off to the right, you see a long table. Then there's shelves all around it and on top of it, and it looks like there's bins and boxes and pegs along the wall, and there's all this stuff on it hanging from it, wire and springs and buckets of screws and things like that. To the right, there's some more shelving, a couple more chests, and then you see the cages. They're tiny little animal cages, 4 foot by 4 foot type of thing, stacked 3 high, all along the side. There's probably a dozen of them.
Oh, thanks, Nabicus.
Woo! He's been pickpocketed for
For $5.
for $5.
Awesome.
I love that one.
That's actually pretty funny.
The 5 is for Chad to win. Okay, so
5 on Chad to win.
I want Chad to win. I got 5 on it.
No, don't do that.
So, there are 2 people in this room. One is standing over by the desk next to the bed, and that person is huge. Just a big man, probably 6'6", 6'8", 5 feet wide, just thick slab of a man. The other is milling about over by the tinker's table. He looks like a wiry kind of guy, just sitting there.
There's no one in the cages.
The key is, so the door's open this way, and you'd have to kind of go in the room to really get a good look.
So, I found Bad. The richest ones are always on the top. I know it's him.
Let's do it.
Looks like nothing at the moment. We have the upper hand.
Well, we can figure this out peaceably.
Can we though? Yeah. It's like,
Are you doing that?
Leroy
Jenkins! All right, time's up. Let's do this.
Well, he could be reasonable, man. Let's go talk to him.
I'd rather just slit his throat.
Well, then we can't find anything out. Chad!
Oh.
And you walk in,
Yeah.
or are you calling him out? Do you walk into the room, or you stay outside?
I'll walk in calling him.
Okay,
I'm
walk in,
staying
kind of open the
outside
door.
room.
He's...
All right.
Gives the door. Damn it!
As you open the door,
Fucking paladins.
you say, Chad! Ugh. Turns to you, and Tad, Big Tad, has a black handprint on his neck and jowls right here, and from it, the blackness goes through him, and he's just looking like a big, hulking, raging zombie right now. The other person turns around, and he has got, his face bitten out, and blackness
dear Lord,
going
no.
over, and he turns, and he's holding 2 daggers, which, the moment he turns, it just looks like muscle memory to him. He goes, and the blades start going, spinning.
Hey, Geostellar.
What's up, Geostellar?
We're playing,
doing a little one-shot.
We're doing a little
again.
one shot here. This is kind of a continuation of something we did before. Paladin here. Portents. Thief, shitty rogue thief. First level. We've kind of uncovered a zombie plague getting worse. It's being spread by somebody. Yeah, more one-shots. Wednesdays are our only real solid day. So
yeah, I don't know if we talked about this, but I'm pretty sure we talked about this. I'm world building a new world, and so I'm framing it. I'm putting the history in it, but I'm using my players to make characters and run through it and help me create it, create towns, create words, create a
backstories
slang,
and stuff. Yeah, some gods and spells and words.
Yep, I'm trying to think of what colloquialisms like.
Yeah, there you go.
He made some great ones with his for Tail, because the kobolds say faithless. Well, the dragonkin say faithless for humans and dwarves and elves. They call them the faithless, but kobolds have such a lisp that they say faceless. So it's become commonplace for people to think they're getting called faceless, and faithless is interchangeable now in their language.
Just offering some help there.
And Portents is an idiot. Not really.
He's just a do-gooder.
Kind of an idiot.
He's just a do-gooder. So they just walked into a room, and this is big bad evil guy time. There is a hulking zombie. This guy is huge. And then there's his right-hand man, Tinker Zombie, who's got spitting blade daggers that he's still a zombie. He doesn't know what to do with, but that still makes him very dangerous.
We'll figure it out later.
But, yeah, we can definitely do that.
We'll figure it out. Luckily, we have a paladin and a really tiny thief with us.
Oh my, Imothy says.
Oh, Imothy, I forgot about her.
Yep, she's here.
It's one of those NPCs you forget.
Oh, she is completely forgettable.
What was our Rift's NPC that we never... Shawnee. We only used her if we needed someone to fly somewhere. Like, can you get up on top of the building? How can we get up there? And Wiley's like, I don't know. What if somebody could fly? We're like, oh, Shawnee's been here the whole time. Yeah, Shawnee, fly up there real quick.
All right.
What's
your reactions?
Oh shit.
Just close the door.
Yeah. Ding. All right, we're next.
I mean, nothing to see here. Let's move along.
There is no atheists in Kobold Society because they know who their gods are. The dragons that made them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an interesting history for them.
You're in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello.
Ranged first, ranged and spells.
The tiny one seems more take-outable.
So shooting at
He's
him.
probably gonna go for the little one or the big one.
Man,
so.
we're not here for you to get dates.
Take-outable. Gotcha. Who said that Kim ever might be married? You don't know anything about him.
Whoa. So you're shooting.
Oh, sure, I didn't even roll yet. Yeah.
No, that's fine. But you're shooting who? Which one?
The small one.
Small, the Tinker.
The Tinker.
Okay. Go for it.
Alright. That's not good. I got inspiration. I don't.
How did you? You used it for stealth.
So 8.
No, it's not going to hit this one. He's wearing leather armor.
It hits, but it's like a Nerf arrow. Alright.
She's going to shoot, and she's going to shoot the biggest threat. Tad scares the hell out of her.
Wait, who?
She misses. Big Tad.
It's all you there. Big Portents.
What you doing?
Who's closest?
You don't have any spells yet.
Tad. Big Tad.
Level 1.
Run!
Charging him?
Yeah. Yep. 11.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Nice.
10.
+3, yeah. Excellent.
So yeah, you ran in over to the left side. The Tinker's on the right side.
For hell?
Tinker's going after you.
Me?
Yep. He's swiping at you with those spitting blades.
This one doesn't have... Fucking Arcane Trickster's got some cool... Dude, rogues are cool.
13 doesn't hit you, right?
It does not,
Okay.
thank God. Ah! Nimble.
That doesn't hit you. So Big Tad just big, just massive hands, 2 attacks, just pummeling you, and off your shield, and kind of like off your shield, and then catches you on the shoulder, but not any grip or anything. But this thing, like, how much you get moved by this guy, just him swiping at you and missing, like, you know, not getting contact. You're like, oh, I don't want to get hit by this thing. Back to the top of the order, ranged.
This one's I know this is a Lightfoot.
Yeah, he's going to try the... I think he's going to go thief on this one, right?
It's on me now, so we're short swording at it.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not ranged. Is Emmethy going to go first? She's ranged?
Yeah, she's ranged. She's going to shoot. Now that one's the closest, and she's like, and she's shooting that.
Don't shoot me!
She hits.
Me?
Right in the back of the skull.
Okay.
That's the worst. I think this is the second.
This is the second time for this, but it's the continuation of
the one where you died.
the original one where you guys were in the crappy town and went off to.
We've played this world 3 or 4 times, maybe more.
Yeah, we did it with
like 5, 6, but
yeah, this is my 3rd time here.
And then played it
2nd time with this character.
And then we played with Tail. And
yeah, this is my 2nd time with Chimera.
All right.
All right. Now it's me. Short sword.
Shtick.
We're doing it right now.
What?
We don't have to your death right this moment. This is the after you were dead. We went back to towning.
Well, there's one version.
No, we left your body.
There's one version of this world that you get picked back up and return to the inn, and you wake up the next day.
In this version, I talked Emmethy into your cut, split into ours, so we made 15 gold instead of 10.
So they think you're dead, but you're up doing something else.
Respawn. All right, short sword, stabby this thing.
He just
excellent.
He screwed up, not remembering something very important about his character that would have made him not have died. So I have a redo for him to get back in because of that oversight. But
what's the icon next to his name mean?
Moderator. He's a moderator.
18.
That hits.
Yeah. Ooh, 10. Nice. Take that buzzsaw. 10, 15. These little worry things. I'll ban you, Galen.
Try it.
So that was ranged. Melee. Ranged melee. Sorry. No, you.
Alright, well, I'm using the inspiration on that.
Yep.
That was a 1.
Nope, don't do that.
Whoa.
Come on, man.
Good shot. At least it stayed on the table. Oh.
14.
That hits.
Aw.
5.
All right. Tinker zombie 2 swipes at you. 21 will hit.
Yeah.
And a 11 won't.
I thought 11 was the damage. I was like, holy shit.
6.
Ugh.
Like, once that blade like hits you, it just like kind of cuts in, catches.
You got your healing self.
You do.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So that's back to ranged. Shoots at it again. She's gonna use her inspiration.
I'm glad I gave her that.
Hits. All right. She shoots at it, and it's like, grinding into you, and all of a sudden you see a crossbow bolt bury itself in its head.
Ooh, that's nice.
And those blades just start ting, 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 ting on the ground until they finally
Good thing
whir
it's
down.
dead then, Abacus. Jerk. Oh, waste your advantage.
So that was that. You have no target now in melee.
Yeah.
Do you want to shoot
Yes.
Tad?
Because I like to gamble with my life and low hit points. All right, Tad. Big Tad, you're so big. 11.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, really?
He's huge.
Yes. He's engaged. Is this a sneak attack through the door?
Yeah.
8.
I'll get that good.
Still better than 4. It would have been 7 and 8.
Yeah, go. You hit, and it just dunks in. This thing looks tiny. Like, the arrow coming out looks tiny in it, and he's just like, whatever.
9.
I mean, it's subjective.
That hits.
Everything looks big to me.
Yeah. This looks massive. This looks like a giant. This looks like an ogre to
My
you.
thieves' tools are like, shink, like that big to go into a log.
7. Not doing so good against this Tad guy.
He's a big boy.
You want another beer bottle?
Yes.
Beer the DM.
All right. If you want to screw the, party, this is the time to do it, folks at home, with inspiration. It just rears back with both hands and is just doing a slam attack on you. Bam. Oh, sorry.
Use yourself, man.
What's up?
Big coward.
What?
So use yourself.
Here's my salad.
Do you have the healing potion?
Salve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not being a coward. I'm not using it. 'Cause I'm not
So
scared.
it missed.
You remember my 1 hit point I
You
dragged
have,
you back
that's
down into
what you
that
do.
dungeon to hit
So,
that last shot
I'm going to give it
button.
30 seconds if anyone at home wants to give Big Tad an advantage on his slam attack.
Oh yeah, it's been 30 seconds. We're good. Let's go.
Ah, damn it.
Do it. You're spinning yours, Nab.
Let's give it to
All
him.
right. Nope.
Big Chad Tad.
Big Chad. Big Chad Tad attack.
I remember it's on Wednesday, Robert.
It missed both attacks, but it still pushes you back 5 feet as it's just overbearing, coming over you. And you have to back up.
Oh, the AC 18.
Yeah. Stupid paladins. All right, ranged folk.
All right. Well, this thing's big enough. I'm going to start kind of taking his advice. Go for the back of the knees again. Try to make this thing stop.
Yeah, this guy's so huge, the little pinpricks into,
Alright,
it's just so much muscle mass and fat overlay.
Just
that-
shooting it's going to do whatever the same.
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
try to go for
Bucket attack
heads
it, yeah.
and things that are gonna stop the zombie, not just
15.
This looks like those zombie pictures you see where the thing has, or the fantasy pictures, the things have arrows and spears sticking out of it, and it's still
15.
that hits. Yeah.
Is it still sneak or not really?
Yeah. I'm pretty lenient on it because again that is the rogue damage output.
11.
As long as you're not the one it's focusing on, pretty much,
All right.
I'll let you get away with it. Sometimes I might change that, but it's most of the time you'll get your sneak attack.
Mostly.
And mostly come out of it.
Mostly. She hits it with the crossbow for 7.
It's is that the elfish for 11? 11.
11.
Fuck.
Did you actually miss?
9.
Oh, that hits. It has an 8, like normal zombies. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
8.
11.
8 damage.
I've seen that. Have you seen the Scottish elevator skit? where voice activation, like voice recognition software, can't hear the Scottish accent. Oh, please repeat. Oh, please repeat. 11. Like they can't get it. Yeah. This cheeky shite. Please repeat. I'm not saying the floor. I'm just...
It swings twice at you. Nat 20.
Ooh.
And the other attack doesn't hit. Finally.
It's okay if the players win.
I know. I just want to make it dangerous.
Big
11.
Fucking Nabicus is cheering for that.
11 damage.
11 damage.
Well, fuck, that puts me out.
It just
Holy crap.
swings and you go sailing and hit the ground.
Can we go to negatives? Or is that
No,
like
you just go to
addition?
0 and go to
Okay.
conscious, and then you start making death saves.
0.
And you were past 0, right? You didn't stop. You didn't just get 0.
Yeah, I would be at -2.
Okay.
So
yeah. So it's if
this-
you go to 0, you're just unconscious.
does he have to be conscious to quaff potion? Like
Yes.
Okay.
But you can give him. You can apply yourself to him.
Okay, that's
He
what
can't do it himself.
Gotcha.
Because he's unconscious.
That seems
He gets no
dangerous.
action.
Why is this not... Oh, that changes.
So if it was a potion, though, can I if you
Yes.
say this one's a salve, but if it's a potion, I can walk over and be like,
Yep.
like pour it in his mouth.
You
Cool.
can do that.
Okay, I'm just curious. I'm learning how to DM. Hey.
You can administer a potion.
11.
All right. What you doing?
Oh fuck me, man.
Imothy is like, once he goes down, Imothy, you see the look in her eyes is, I'm about to switch to flight mode. She's panicking. She is not a combatant.
either stay or leave your purse.
Throw a flask or a potion at his face. Get up, damn it! So, what's your declaration? Are you gonna?
Yeah. Shoot at it and scream. I'll run up and save Portents.
I am great.
Ah! So she shoots at it and screams, and she hits it.
Yes.
All right. It thumps into it solidly, and you're gonna run over.
I'm not hindered by it being in front of him at all.
Well, he got knocked like 5 feet to the side.
Can I make it my single?
Oh, absolutely.
25? Okay, cool.
You are like, even though she's screaming, you're moving towards
I get it.
So you're making a pretty. It's going to be a toss up of who this thing attacks, but you run up and administer.
All right.
So, healing potion is what, 2d4.
Oh, sorry. It's equipment. Gotta learn this. 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. So roll it.
It's pretty nice.
And it's like, ooh, damn, 9. Take
Okay.
9 back. Yeah.
So the healing solve gets into you, and you're groggily getting up. You're going to be going last this turn, but you do get an action.
Hang on. Just for reference, I can
Hide.
hide behind somebody that's a size bigger than me. Can I sit him up and?
Yeah. No, because it takes an action, and you take your action to administer the potion.
Alright.
Now, when you get to second level and you have cunning action, your cunning action can be
Sonya's just giving shit
Right.
advantage next turn.
when you get your cunning action can be used to hide and to use an item.
Yeah.
So you could have used your main action to hide and your cunning action to do that, but you don't have that yet. So
This is a little out of character for Ein to try to help you, but you're right.
Oh,
My money. I shouldn't have done that. But
here we go.
Empathy's not going to make me any cash.
1, 2, 3. It's you. 4, 5, 6. It's Empathy.
All right. Big dice is coming out.
The die of
The
fate.
big die. That's what this is gonna be.
Yeah, great.
Empathy.
Ugh, fuck that bitch. I'm just kidding. She's paying us.
Leave your
purse. Leave your purse.
Well, no. I mean,
Take the purse.
The paladin says, lose all inspiration forever. Are you giving Chad the
I'll give
the
half of it to
inspiration
the church.
to attack Timothy?
What's up with you guys giving all the...
That's the fun of it. It hit her. Yeah, it hit her.
Oh,
So you didn't have to. It's got a second attack. And it missed the second attack. Do you want to get her to get hit twice?
Rinsonius, are you going to use your inspiration for the second attack on the Chad on Emmethy? Rinsonius, my human. Good thing we have viewers. Sure, why not?
Yep, it hits her. So, like, she's like, ah! And, like, Tad just runs up, and she just crumples to the ground.
I'm slapping him away. Get up, get up! Enough! You're not dead.
What?
Enough resting.
Oh, right, okay.
You gonna go attack it?
Yeah, 12 plus
That
5. 8 damage.
It's turns back around to you. That's the end of that turn. So, what are you doing this round? So you're just going at it again, right?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Shooting it?
Can I see from here if there's anybody in the cages?
Yes.
Is it one person?
Yes.
I'm gonna go run to the cage
Okay.
and try to get the person out. Is it a kid?
It
It's
is
a
a
small
young.
person.
It's a
Young
young
lady,
girl.
okay.
Yeah,
About 4 feet tall.
about 4 feet
About
tall.
4 feet tall. Either way.
She's holding her arm in her. Coats.
After losing Emmethy, I'm starting to see this being a losing battle, so I'm going to get in there and try to get her going.
I like how, she's dead. Whereas me, you're like, oh my god, get up.
We've
it's-
made money a couple times. I don't owe you, but we've made some money.
It's locked. And you can of course pick it,
what I'm
but you
gonna do.
also see that Tad has a key ring on his belt. But I mean, it's
Also, that I'm fighting for my fucking life. Not just my life, my fucking life.
Fuck. Is it
Ain't fucking
fighting
you.
him yet?
It is fighting him. It's
Yeah.
turned to
I'm gonna
fight.
take that fucking thing right off its belt.
Wait, you're gonna run up to it?
No, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna go lockpick.
You're gonna go lockpick,
Yeah.
or you can shoot it and like
No,
you
I'm
can
gonna
just
Yeah,
go
or
up
you
out.
could shoot it. You could kill the thing that as soon as I die is gonna come kill you.
It's all right.
All right, so pick lock. He's looking after his own interest and this child's interest now.
Man, 9.
No.
Damn it.
You're like, and she's in there, just like back against the back of the cage, like staring at you, terrified. And she looks rough. Like she looks like
lockpick kick.
I need
she's
a better rope.
haggard, like sunken eyes.
I'm the best. Run away!
Yeah, attack.
Disengage! Dude, I told you disengage.
Does no one have inspiration?
No.
Okay.
Even our fucking
Audience has
audience has used all their inspiration as well on
Okay.
the NPCs.
So you missed?
That's a natural
That's a
one.
one.
Oh my god. Oh.
You
I know-
already used it. Did he use it?
No, I don't think he did.
He used it on
Yeah.
to hit you with the slam attack and it missed.
Yeah, and then Rinsonius used it to hit Emmethy.
At least you said do it, and that's what you may have been yelling at Rinsonius to do it, but we took it as you saying do it. He missed twice.
Yeah, your inspiration was useless. We give you inspiration.
Yeah, if you're participating in chat, say something cool, funny, all that jazz. You've been here long enough, and I haven't been paying attention to the chat, so if you want inspiration, you can use it. Do you want it for the paladin, or do you want it for Tad?
Fucking Big Tad. Rinsonius, give it to Portons.
Give it to Pally, bro.
Pally, bro.
importance, bruh. One advantage and no, inspiration is advantage.
You get it.
Grants.
Take it.
One? I'm just kidding.
No, I was like,
I get so angry. Like, yes, those dice are cursed. Put them back.
5 plus 5, 10.
That hits.
oh Jesus.
Do big damage.
There's a 1.
And then plus
3, so 4.
4.
damage.
It's still up.
Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
So can I use this turn to try to pick that lock some more?
That was the same turn.
Oh, okay,
because you went. I just went with your action first.
Gotcha.
It was inconsequential to combat. All right, Ted. Miss. 17 doesn't hit. All right.
What is your arm?
18.
18.
17. I'm like, oh, hey, it doesn't hit.
So you're still continuing to pick lock.
Let's try one more time.
Okay, and you're gonna hit. Come on, folks.
14.
That'll do it. Cheek.
That's 4, 8, right? 5, 3. Cool. Come on, we gotta get out of here.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
I'm not touching you. Just follow me.
19.
That
plus
is.
8 damage.
You're like just hacking and finally and just goes into the jaw, like right where the handprint is. Like, and
I do have to point something out. I'm not an unholy left-hander.
I know,
I'm
sorry.
right-handed.
It's just way I swing. I'm
You're ruining it, man.
Mirror it for the people at home. And it just like still trying to comes at you, and you're like, and pull that sword out. Once you pull that sword out, you hear this satisfying crunch, and he starts falling on you. Strength or dex saving throw, whichever is better.
Strength is probably better.
It's probably better, but
It's some Vegas roll, by the way. You're like, yeah.
11.
11. You just like and just shield him off to the side, and he hits the ground with a thud. The entire room kind of shakes.
Finally.
Okay. Timothy is still crumpled on the ground.
You have all your hit points. No, you don't.
No, it doesn't. Just saying.
So, first thing I want to do is get my arrows back out of the Tinker. There were 3, I think.
What you doing, Paladin?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, and I got one in Big
Collapse
Dad.
on the ground.
One Big Dad, too. One Big
Timothy
Dad.
is dying.
All right.
She is still alive at this moment.
Roll over.
Making death saves.
We can leave her and take her purse.
I pull out myself.
You also still have lay on hands. 2 points. I mean, either way.
Lay on hands. Stick that back in my pocket.
Time to lay on hands, you virgin
Well,
level 1 paladin. Yeah. So, yeah, she straight like, ah! Like,
Quiet, we've bested them. Stop yelling.
so you're over.
Fuck, man.
You're over.
We've seen worse.
You're over pulling arrows out, and like Timothy looks over, and the girl is kind of like crawled out the cage and is like skittishly looking at the door.
Who's she? Why are you unlocking her? What?
I guess I'm the brains of this operation. It's a small girl, about 4 feet tall, maybe buys apples.
Oh, she wasn't buying apples.
She was buying apples in the market. We might have seen her coming in and out. We also found her with some zombies. Might be the person we're looking for. What say you, Timothy?
Yes, she's most likely the person. Just stay there for a moment, child. Let us collect our thoughts. We're here to help.
I missed the joke. Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say lay on hands and be later virgins.
Later virgins.
Yeah, so
You pat her on the head. And I'm like, I don't take it so personally anymore.
So she starts to kind of like collect her thoughts. She pulls out some paper and notes and goes to talk to the child. I'm assuming you're just kind of catching your breath, making sure the threats are no longer a threat, and you're probably ransacking the place.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I'm watching the conversation with the young girl,
Okay.
because if she's a child, I'm not okay with that.
So,
Like on hover hands.
her on hover hand. I don't want to touch you. You know what hover hand is when you're
Yeah.
taking a picture with a girl and you don't want to. So her name is Tess Tillman, and she says she's the only survivor of a town called Millstone. That something came in the night and everyone died except her.
Were you in the graveyard recently?
She was. This was the first town she's seen. She was on the road just running for her life for days. And the graveyard was the first thing she happened upon, and she went and slept in the crypt that night. And when she woke up, there were ghosts. She calls them ghosts. There were wraiths down there, but there were ghosts in the crypt, so she ran.
Do you find that those you touch continue to live?
And through some coaxing and other stuff, she said that something grabbed her when she was in Millstone and allowed her to get away as everyone around her was dying, and she'll show her hand and it is just black.
You're the paladin. I don't give a shit about that sort of thing.
And at that
Black people?
What?
at that, Timothy is like, "Oh my, that is very, very bad. We need to get you to Goldshore right away." She reaches in and like pulls out some cloth and says, "Here, wrap this around your hand." Like,
What do you think's going on here, Timothy?
More importantly, did I find anything in the room that's worth anything?
yes, you found lots of stuff in the room that's worth stuff. Like all those chests have loot in them, like because
Half that's going to the church.
the urchins steal for them. But you also might want
That's not
to
useful.
pay back the urchins as well. I don't know if you have that in you or not.
It'll go to the church and then it'll help the orphans.
But she looks at you
I didn't say
and
that. I'm sorry, like, don't look at the paladin and say fuck the church.
she kind of looks at you and is like, gives you
Do
this.
not say that.
I don't know if you get it or not, but she looks at you and says like, let's not discuss what that might be in front of the child.
I pull her aside.
Yeah. Well, like if
No,
you
no.
go, if you start, Timothy or the child.
Timothy.
Okay. She's like, we'll discuss it
Don't
when we
bother
get
that.
back to the
You-
tavern.
Listen, she
We
looks like
need
she
to
wants to
deal
talk
with
to you.
this.
I'll help. She can help me give the urchins some cash before we move on.
She's like, so
If this is a threat to this town, we need to deal with it here and now.
That's my
not
room.
that kind of. No.
Listen, do what you must. Just one in the room. She'll help me give you this.
She wraps up like her arm all up, and then Timothy pulls out one of her salves and just coats the fabric in it. And then she's like, no, she is coming with us. We have to get her to Goldshore. We will discuss later other implications. I can't remember your name.
I don't think I ever gave it to you.
I'm going to entrust
is your
you
name?
the
Halfling.
Kamir.
He knows.
Oh, I know I came here.
She doesn't say that. Like I said that, but she says, "This seems to be your area of expertise. Will you see that this wealth gets to who needs it?"
Of course.
You get plus 200 gold.
Also, are you going to pay us for this?
Absolutely. I'll see you back at the Crystal Candle.
Where are you taking her?
To the Crystal Candle.
Back to
We
the
have
hotel we're
we
at.
have to secure a boat to Goldshore to get back to my guild as soon as possible.
I'll kind of hurry you off. Go protect the girl.
So yeah, Timothy is ushering the kid out.
I'm staunchly standing by the chest. You may do whatever you wish.
She's now halfway through the other room.
I'm following her. I've got sword on.
Okay.
And
All right. What's in this little chest here?
And on the
Like the chest has it's merchandise. It's not like there's some gold, but a lot of it's like jewelry, trinkets, dinnerware, silverware type stuff. So it's not pure wealth, but all told, it's probably around 100 gold pieces worth of wealth in this.
Normally, Kmart would take all of this, but for the kids, I'll take only the loose coins.
Loose coins, some jewelry.
Gold and jewelry. Yeah.
Right, so you get we'll call it 40 gold worth of loose coins, jewelry, things.
Dude, you should have seen Isaac. So we were playing our game when everybody was dead. Robert finally said, "How much gold did you have?" And I was like, what did you guys end up with? So Robert died at 8 gold, and Dayton had, I think, 14. Had like 725. Isaac was just, he was a really good friend, but man, he was robbing those rubes.
That's why you were so slow.
He was just robbing those rubes, yeah.
All right.
Everywhere we went, it was
How much did we get paid?
It was crazy, Rensonius. It was to a tune of ridiculousness.
She'll give you 20 gold when you're away from him and says, "Don't tell the halfling how much you got."
That seems dishonest.
He's going to want the same amount, and I don't think he did the same amount of work.
And I literally.
And he also just got a share.
I literally come running up behind us. Anyway,
I take him aside. This is fair. I'm gonna give him 10.
No, she was going to pay him too.
I've already taken the 10.
Wow. So you're like, this is only fair. And then you see her pull out 10 and pay him.
There we go.
Because she didn't hear you give him 10 gold. But you see her.
10 up.
You see her give him another 10. All she was going to pay him.
Kamir's in a good mood.
Alright, so
Just coughing up blood anyway. We did it.
you guys get back to the Crystal Candle. She secures the girl in a room, like stays with her for a bit, cleans her up, and gets her sleeping. And then comes down and's like starting to secure passage for a ship to Goldshore as fast as possible. And she finds a nice quiet corner and sits you two down. Kind of
You need a guard on her.
like, oh, we absolutely do, but I need to tell you what's going on, and I don't want to do it around her where she'll get panicked and may do something rash.
It's a rash?
No, it's not just a rash.
I've never seen a rash like that.
Have you heard of the anathema?
No.
So, according to legends, when the gods were among us, they used to have avatars and chosen and those they blessed with powers directly. When the abandonment occurred, many of these went mad and retained some of their powers. Collectively, they are known as the anathema now, though there are many other names for them, such as reapers, furies, scions, the touched, all kinds of things. They are terrible creatures from an ancient time, and that looks like the handiwork of one of them.
Which one?
Veor the Black-Handed.
That makes sense.
It is where it goes. The death does not give rest to those that it touches, and she raises them for her own.
This sounds expensive.
They also curse certain folks living to carry around her burden as well, and that may be what happened to this Tess Tillman of Millstone. We need to get to Goldshore so that she can be taken care of and possibly the curse removed upon her, But we also need to investigate this town of Millstone. Send a message back that's just the black hand like cut off. It's like
It's done. Kamer's like, pay me.
which is where you come in if you would be of continued service to me. I would like to pay you to go to this millstone and investigate.
I'm concerned about the girl.
I will get her back to Goldshore, but if you insist on escorting me, that is fine as well.
Listen, I know you gave me your cut last time, but this is expensive. This is dangerous. We've made some money together, but we don't need to throw our lives into this.
Our lives are nothing compared to the greater good.
I like you. He's all about the buck. We'll do it.
Do which?
Which one are we doing?
Are you insisting on escorting me and the girl? Or will you depart immediately to find out the fate of Millstone?
There might be stuff laying around in Millstone. I vote Millstone.
How can I be certain that you're taking this girl to help her? How do I know you're not up to something nefarious?
Because she's
I'm
paying
an
us.
artificer of the guild.
Yeah, and she's paying us.
I find that highly offensive that you question my character.
I would normally be all about that. I'm all about split the party.
And it's not even splitting the party because whoever goes whichever way, we make other characters to fill in the party for that person. And we just like, you should see this. We have a D&D campaign, and I have a single campaign for all the various stories on D&D Beyond. All the various stories that I'm doing this. So it's got like 11 characters on it. It's pretty crazy.
Split the campaign.
Split the campaign! Yep, and the campaign's crazy split right now.
I'm sure Portents has had enough. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it's a ton of characters that are on this campaign. And I think it
Doing that, yeah.
I think it shows it and says +3 at the end.
These are
You're just
my
showing that.
characters
Yeah, there
too.
are 9
Yeah.
characters on here right now.
So I love this, like, this growing story, this in and out party. It's good stuff.
It's also fun
And it's
for other stuff too. Like I did a one-off where I did a 5e, and my character Chimera was kind of an offshoot 5e
Yeah, the Forgotten
person.
Realms.
Yeah, brought them.
It's
So, like,
War and Peace
in
or
this-
something, so many characters.
And this also makes complete sense that you would want to escort her back because that's a huge burden, that's a huge curse. Like, you don't want that girl getting in the wrong hands, but you would definitely want to go out and make a shit ton of money
dead city,
scouting.
a fucking dead
Right?
city, man.
So this could be the way. Like, hey, she goes, okay, hire a crew and go find Millstone, and he'll escort me back, type of a thing.
I would say I think that's exactly what Portents would do.
Because you don't have, like, again, we're doing a more
Hey, it's been
real
fun.
stuff. Oh.
Push him in the mouth. No, not really.
I also don't rub my hair like that.
Right?
It's been
And
lucrative.
through the world.
We need some money for the church, by the way.
I left it at the church.
Oh, okay.
All right, and that is the end of that section.
Oh, this is shitty to split up the paladin and the thief, but it would happen. It would happen.
Yeah.
There's no way Kamer could just keep following you. That was too close to the chest.
Wait, who?
Okay, fuck you. This is one of those like knives you write for yourself. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, there's kids running around. I'm like, fucking Kamer's an urchin, but he's not anymore. Like he's an adult. He didn't go urchin. He got himself out, and he hates to see children abused the way he was, which is why
That's
he
good.
does.
Well, they're abusing him.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like they hit me. I chased them, but I didn't do anything. The next time I saw them, I pointed them out.
Are these guys picking on
That
you?
was shitty. I was like, fuck, man, stupid knives.
That was good. Good session, I think.
I had a good time.
And you got introduced to another part of the world.
Mm-hmm. And we split the party.
And you
We
split the campaign.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, the Galen Mitch dynamic is pretty good.
fun. I enjoy it.
Our 40K was pretty good until we had this like weird tech priest that just fucked everything up. Bullshit.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
Just to like not make you feel bad.
Sorry, just say that. That's really not true at all. That was a complete scheduling problem.
So,
all right.
Yeah. Anyone? Any questions from the audience? Comments? Anything?
Yeah, we have a couple minutes left. It's definitely question time. Renaissonius, you got any advice or I don't know comments, opinions? I don't know. Like,
what's next is both these guys level up to level 2.
All right.
And he forms an expeditionary group with funding from the
there you go, Renaissonius.
Arcanist.
So we've done this a couple of times. All right, cool. So Renaissonius, we've done this a couple of times. Wiley's actually pretty good at if the party really does split. He'll do individual stories. And we'll meet elsewhere so we don't know each other. Like, we don't know what's going on. For the stream, obviously, we would do that here. Like he said, he's world building right now. We're trying something new with his system, kind of mixed with some D&D character building. So splitting us up doesn't split us up. It just splits Chimere and Portents up. So next time you see us, it'll probably be the same people. It'll just be he'll be part of the expeditionary group for Chimere, or if I follow them, I'll be another PC in his realm, that kind of thing. Or we'll have Robert or Dayton or Kaylin back. There's we kind of have a pool of characters right now. It's
You're
kind
gonna
of
have
fun.
to come up with a way to put the characters' names.
I
He does.
do
usually,
have nameplates normally, and I gotta get them up there. But we also unfortunately, I can put the campaign next to the window on Twitch. It'll just have all the characters that are on it, which may not be a bad thing. It might be cool to see all the characters, but we'll see. I'll toy around with it. But I need to make little
tail
nameplates
or something as opposed to Portents.
Right. So I have these nameplates that come up at the bottom.
I have to agree too, and Sony.
They're still with the.
That's kind of what we like
Dragonborn.
about it. This has been fun for all of us because it's all one-offs in the same realm. We keep using the same characters kind of over and off and on and stuff like that.
And
Give
they're
up.
all
Summer's Promise is there.
You give up with Summer's Promise, you're dead.
No, she's there. She just didn't do that last part. She just didn't do this adventure. So she could go with him to Goldshore, or go off to Millstone. I don't think she wants to go to Goldshore anyway. I think she ended up on the same boat with Galen and
Honestly,
Portents.
I'd like to snag a Dayton and grab a fucking rogue team together and be like,
Going
you guys
out.
are fucking rogues, fucking play rogues.
Stick tail on that too. 3 rogues.
Actually, do a ranger because you need someone to get you out through the the wilderness.
Chimere knows exactly how to put a fucking rogue team together. I've been so many rogues at this point. I'm like, this is what I need. I need you to do this. I need you to do that.
And there's
I'm gonna be
also
gone for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Galen's about
A
to be
week
gone.
from Tuesday, so.
So they're in what's called the Golden Marches. This is a lifeblood from the interior of the continent to the coast, and almost all of the major kingdoms are along that coast. And they fought over these ports and this land so much that they all finally decided no one owns it. It's free port for everyone to use, and they let the guilds and the trade companies take care of it. And no one has a stake, because even if one nation was just fighting another nation, they would disrupt the port so badly that every nation suffered. And that's where I'm kind of running this. And on the interior of the Golden Marches, where the rivers go up and where all this trade is coming down, that's the edge of the Horde lands, where we played with your Bugbear Rogue and Robert's Hobgoblin Bard.
That was fun.
So they're up.
I had fun with that
They're going to
session.
run into those folks eventually too. And there's yeah.
Sorry, I got excited. I'm like, oh, Zadine, I got another rogue kind of like lined up right
Yeah.
now.
So in my world, there's the goblinoids. There's 2 different types. There's the ones that got affected by the abandonment and the gods leaving, and they've gone rage. Like they're evil creatures now. They just fight and kill and raid. But there's some born without that rage, and they are PCs. Like they can become characters. They can do whatever they want if they can survive getting out of the Horde lands.
Oh, that's a DM's job. So.
Yeah, I have that. But I can make a Google Doc. area, and everyone can type in stuff for their characters. Just put in character things, and
It's going to become problematic is if we have two characters played by the same person running into
each other. Then just NPC it, or you hand it off to another
So
player.
saying like I was like, oh, Chimera could run into. Oh wait, Zadine is like my character. I can't double rogue myself unless I ran it. Like if I ran it as the NPC. Chimera.
Yeah, it's the only thing is I
Bugbear, Buttbear.
I like Portents and Tail so much.
You like what?
that I
Tail. Tail is his kobold rogue.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's got some things going on.
Yeah, he's got.
Okay.
Did you read the Dragonborn section that I posted?
Not yet, but I remember talking to you about like what I was
That's
doing.
actually kind of what I like about Chimera is that I know I put a couple on there. My favorite thing about Chimera is that I was really invested in Isarok. I loved that guy. Like, he was my rogue. He was my first real thief, and he was doing a good job. And then when he got killed, I was like, that's okay, it happens. And then it's like a love lost, or like I wake up in the morning and sit on my patio and go, I wish Isarok was still alive.
And in this world, he can be.
He can.
This is a different
It's
world.
true. But Chimera's a bad guy. I like that guy. He's mean.
Money.
Yeah, money.
So
funny,
yeah,
the whole
this
time we
is-
were in the dungeon too, I was like, "This guy's not making me money."
What did you
Like,
call?
we had to shake hands and leave pledge like,
Yeah.
"Peace," like we're done.
What did you call my
so I just
my
gave you
world
money.
there, Robert? Wiley Gaia or Gaia Wiley?
No one can be a better Isra.
I
Thanks
just
for
gave you
spelling
money. I was like, I think I owe this to you.
That's my favorite part. Hey, she's paying $10. I'm like, cool. Yeah.
I can't believe like how much of a turnaround that was. Like,
That
I'm
was
like, no,
amazing.
what? Okay, like
That
you
was
are, you're just a
amazing.
dumb paladin, man. Like,
That was the most paladin thing he did. He's like, listen, this is dishonest. Here's half. I'm like, half of what? My share? Bingo. Wiley Gia.
Wiley Gaia, whatever it is. Yeah, that was pretty good. Anyway, this has been an edition of that.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming along with us. Thanks for hanging out and chatting and giving inspiration to the monsters
Rinso,
and
rinso,
almost
cool to
wiping
see.
the party.
Yeah.
Thanks for being part of it. I'm going to be doing... It's summer for Mitch, so we're going to be doing a lot of these little pop-ups. I think a lot more of them. We're going to give them a try. Get the stream a little bit more bolstered with content.
Wilesia is good.
Wilesia.
I like that.
Thanks for stopping by, Rensonius. Thanks for stopping by,
definitely.
Robert. Who else was here? Joe Stiller was here.
Just
Thanks
for a bit. That
for
was cool.
thanks for stopping by, Gio.
We really appreciate the comments and the hanging out. That's always neat.
Yeah. Have a good evening. It's been the Wileyverse.